Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Jim Masters Show Live. How are all of you? It's a pleasure to have you here. We are live worldwide here on our broadcasts. And you know what this is? This is what you call an entertainment lifestyle talk show series, and one that we created, I would say 10 months ago, 11, 12, 13. It's been incredible, the response we've had to this entertainment lifestyle talk show series. This is an entertainment lifestyle talk show series that's bringing back the lost art of conversation. That's right. Sort of like the old school talk shows you may remember from years ago, like Johnny Carson and Dick Clark and Dick Cavett and Merv Griffin and Mike Douglas and David Susskind and all the rest, Dick Clark. And what we do is we sprinkle in a modern vibe, a modern twist with this show. We're on just about daily, 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific. I work in television and radio and multimedia as a TV and radio host, presenter, personality, journalist, actor, writer, producer, stage MC, voiceover artist. And for a long time, people said, "Hey, Jim, why don't you put something like this together?" And I never really had time because I was always on planes going to TV shoots or in the studio, radio or television studio, or writing or producing or hosting something with TV shows, network stations, production companies. And then back last year in April, I said, you know what the heck? The planes aren't flying. We're not on those shoots. So let's bring in some television cameras, build the set here at the house. We're in the greater New York area, between New York and Boston, along the southern New England coast on the water here. And the rest is history. And all these episodes later, we're talking about almost 300 episodes we have done of the Jim Masters Show Live Entertainment Lifestyle Talk Show series, where we are bringing back the lost art of conversation. We have viewers as well as guests who come from literally all around the world. The viewers call themselves part of our Lovity Squad. They are the Lovities. And the reason why is because I said back in the summertime that the show is about light, love, and levity. And I said love and levity too quickly, merged the two words together, and born Lovity. So the viewers call themselves the Lovities. They're part of the Jim Masters Show Live Lovity Squad. I think that's awesome. They call me Mr. Lovity. They call this Lovity Hall. And all of our guests are warmly welcomed as Lovities. I told our very special guests, award-winning singer, songwriter, and actress Elyse Jewell, who's my very special guest today. Lots of music, lots of great conversation, and levity and lovity coming up in just a moment. I told her, get ready for the lovity wave coming her way, because our viewers, and we're very viewer interactive and viewer centric here on the show. So we'll show some of the great posts and comments live right now. They are very, very passionate. So we like to bring them in, and she's going to feel that lovity wave in just a second here on the show. We welcome everybody. We got some hot chocolate here. Yeah, it's a little brisk here in the Northeast. Still got some snow outside. So we toast all of you and you and you and you. And we welcome you to the Jim Masters Show Live. Hope everybody's doing well. Again, we always have a good time on this show. It's entertaining, it's informative, it's educational, and we just have, a lighthearted time. And that's what it's all about. We all need positivity. We all need some light, love, and levity in our lives, especially now. So we are doing that with our Entertainment Lifestyle Talk Show series, and we welcome all of you. If this is your very first time watching, thanks for joining us. We're here 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific, live. And you can also see all the episodes on demand on our YouTube channel, Jim Masters TV. And I encourage you to check out the channel. And I would love it if you subscribe to the channel. That, of course, helps the channel as well, helps us bring you more great content. Subscribe to Jim Masters TV. Don't forget to click the notification bell so that way there you don't miss any of the content. In addition to the Jim Masters Show Live series, we also have the Masters Mantras series, which are a series of very positive, inspirational videos that I do that are also on the Jim Masters TV YouTube channel. So you can check that out as well. Welcome, everybody. How's everybody doing? It's Sunday. We had a fantastic day. Really, really cool. We made these cinnamon coffee cake muffins this morning, and there's none left. And I don't know. I've been looking around and asking what happened to the whole, dozen of them, and they're all gone. But they were very good. They were very good. We have an audience here who loves food. So every once in a while we get into some food here. We're going to take a look at some of the amazing comments coming in from our fantastic viewers from all around the world. Feel free to post while we are live. We all welcome you to the Jim Masters Show Live. And let me tell you about our fantastic guest. It's really hard to believe that she's only 16 with all that she has accomplished so far. She's really absolutely amazing. There's a cool shot actually where she's on stage doing her thing. Now, it is hard to believe Dallas-based singer-songwriter Elyse Jewell is only 16, as she's already won the Pop Song of 2019 in the prestigious John Lennon Songwriting Contest for her debut single, Thinking About You, and shared the stage with legends such as Broadway superstar Kristen Chenoweth. That's right. Now Elyse is back with the release of her breathtaking new anthem, Arms, highlighting her pristine soprano, which is reminiscent of pop powerhouses Ariana Grande and Mariah Carey. In addition to music, she's an actress, and she's performed in numerous musical theater productions, commercials, and Murder Made Me Famous. Elyse has had a love for music since a young age and remembers jumping on her bed and singing to Taylor Swift. She would put on concerts for her parents and make little tickets for them to watch her, which is cool. Throughout elementary school, she begged her mom to put her in music lessons, and when she was 8, she started. Even since then, she's been really working hard on writing and pursuing the music career. She is based, again, in Dallas, Texas. Music has always been in the family, and it's something that she's always been passionate about. Elyse initially wrote her new single about missing her love interest and wanted to be in his arms. However, the song has now taken on a new meaning for her really throughout the COVID pandemic. As she says, Arms is about not being able to see the person you love and wanting more than anything to just hold them. And with COVID-19 and the quarantine, not being able to see family or friends in person and giving them a hug is really hard on all of us. So she hopes that the song can encourage someone who hears it to know that they're not alone in these feelings and that better times are ahead. Really is a cool song. We're going to be talking about that in just a second. It's very apparent that Elyse has a strong personal connection with her fans and that it's important that she can inspire others and create a safe space through her music and platform. And despite the fact that she's performed at the House of Blues and has collaborated with Grammy Award-winning songwriters and producers, Elyse still maintains her number one success has definitely been the way that she's been able to use her voice to speak on important subjects such as equality, mental health awareness, and more. She's struggled with anxiety like a lot of people have, but songwriting has been a great outlet for her to grow as a person and work through her emotions. It's truly amazing to be able to connect with different people around the world, just like we do here on the Jim Masters Show Live every day, connecting with so many wonderful people around the world. She is a positive example for young women and girls and for everybody. Truly a rare gem of an artist and a person, and we are so honored to welcome her here live from her home in Dallas, Texas, the wonderful Elyse Jewell. Elyse, thanks for joining us on the show, and welcome, my friend.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me.
You are welcome. So how are you doing? I know that people are probably thinking, oh, she's in Texas. Does she have Wi-Fi? Does she have power? Does she have water? Because it's and our blessings and thoughts are with those in, the southern states, Texas, Louisiana, Oklahoma have had a hard time. Yeah. But you guys are blessed and lucky that you sort of were able to get through it, huh?
Yeah. We were lucky enough to where we only had a Wi-Fi outage for like 2 days. And that was really it for us. I know some people who had pipe bursts and power outages, and my aunt, she had to come over and take a shower here because she had no hot water. So it was scary. It was scary, but we're getting through it, and I'm thankful that we stayed safe and we had a
yeah. Blessed, absolutely blessed. We have some great music coming up. She's going to perform live. We also have a teaser clip from Arms, which is fantastic. Wait till you hear her voice, folks. She's going to knock your socks off. And I just want to show you some of the comments coming in. As I mentioned, our viewers call themselves the Loveties because I said love and levity too fast. So they're already welcoming you as part of our Levity squad here. Maureen says, happy Sunday, Levities. I'm so looking forward to a wonderful conversation this evening with Elyse. Truly, this girl has been blessed with a very special gift, and I can't wait to hear her story. Her story is one that is amazing. She also says, quick note to anyone affected by the horrible weather lately, you're in my prayers that you're safe. That is very beautiful, Maureen. And Maureen is out towards the West Coast, and she works in healthcare. So she's in the medical field and one of those first responders, essential workers. And she usually rushes home from doing that all day to never miss an episode of our series. So she's a blessing to us all. Mary's in Florida. Hello, Jim and Levity friends. And Merlin is here wishing us all good times. Hi, Jim and all Lovities. Happy Sunday. She's in Ontario, Canada, one of our regular Levity viewers here. And Kathy Short is in Cleveland, Ohio. Hello, Jim and Lovities. Happy Sunday. And Willie watches from Holland, from the Netherlands. Good evening, my friends. Hello, Jim. Have fun. So they're all welcoming each other. They're welcoming you as well, which I love, which is fantastic. And how have you been, through all this craziness of everything that's going on, with COVID and pandemics, and because you're still in school too, so you've had to figure all that out too with the school and you're still doing the schooling from home, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely been a struggle. I know through summer it was especially hard, just like adapting, because you're used to going out to summer, hanging out with your friends, and obviously we couldn't do that, and it took some adapting. And also kind of like you mentioned earlier with anxiety and stuff and mental health, like it went up and down. It was up and down. And I'm thankfully I've gotten more through it. It's becoming the norm. So it's, and yeah, I mean, school has been school. I mean, like I'm online, so it's definitely a lot harder. And it hasn't been the easiest, and it's definitely been a lot harder than it would have been in person, but like in person seems scary. So
yeah, right. It's still a little dicey. Absolutely. Kevin D. Miller, who's a wonderful author, was a guest on our show. He says, can't wait to hear your beautiful voice. Elyse, stay warm in Texas. And Anne is saying in Wozniak in Florida, welcome, Elyse. Looking forward to hearing all about you tonight. Really love Arms. See, what they do is they do a little investigative work. When they see who the guest is, they go online, they check everything out ahead of time. Crystal Nolan. Hi, Elyse. Welcome to Levity Hall. Crystal Nolan. And Crystal, thanks for your wonderful email and those great suggestions. I appreciate that. Gary Troyer is in Iowa. He's saying, hi, Levity Elyse. See, you're already a Levity on the Jim Masters show live, my friend. Isn't that cool? And Mike is here. Arello. He says, hello, Elyse.
Hi, Mike. Hi.
Mike's here. And Juanita watches from South Africa, one of our regular viewers, where it's late into the evening. She says, welcome to the show, Elyse.
Thank you so much.
Kevin is saying, welcome, Elyse. Renee, good to see you, Renee. She's in Iowa. She's been having all kinds of snowstorms and everything she's been dealing with in Iowa. But I saw that she got a new refrigerator, first new one in 30 years. And it's a stainless steel aluminum, and she's all excited. Sometimes those simple, basic things in life are what counts the most. Enjoy your new refrigerator, Renee. She loves to cook too. She's in Iowa, and cool stuff. It's nice when you have an opportunity to get these welcomes. Christine Clifton is in North Carolina. Happy Sunday, Jim and Levity friends. Welcome singer-songwriter Elyse Jewell to the show tonight. Looking forward to the conversation and music, learning more about her amazing career. You and I were chatting before we went live on the air Oh, Joey's here too. Welcome, Elyse, to the Lovedies.
Thank you. Thank you.
Too. Crystal says, hi, Jim and everyone. Happy Sunday. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Looking forward to an exciting show with amazing music, inspiration, inspiring conversation, and of course, our famous Lovedy. And Mary Bishop from Florida says, welcome, Elyse. And Willie says, welcome, Elyse, to the Jim Masters show. So I told you, the show is filled with Lovedy, and that's really a cool thing. And Renee loves her new refrigerator. She's going to put it to good use. Kevin D. Miller saying, hello, Lovedy Nation. Hey, Jim, good to see you, Kevin, as well. So, Elyse, let's talk a little bit about, I mentioned the introduction, and it's amazing. Congratulations on everything, that's happened in your life thus far. And it is, hard to believe and easy to forget that you're 16 because you've accomplished so much while still maintaining, school and family life and everything else. So it's sometimes, I'm sure it's a real juggle with everything. But what were some of those early sources of inspiration when you were doing those concerts and you made little tickets? My sister and I used to do that too. We used to do plays in the bedroom. We did plays in the garage, and we invited all the neighborhood kids over. We used to use the bed as the stage. We put a rope across the wall, and we had like a drapery go across. And then we would pull the drape. We would have chairs for our parents on the other side of the bed, like they were the audience, and we'd pull the drapes. And then there we are, my sister and I doing, and we would bring in like the dog would be part of the show. And I had turtles. They would be a part of the show.
That's elaborate. Oh my God. And
then my mother was like, are you using our good drapes? So how did you get involved? What were some of those early sources growing up for you in Texas when it came to music and entertaining?
Oh boy. Well, my talent shows, my little shows for my parents were not as elaborate as that. My brother and I, he plays guitar and I sing, and then also my dad plays guitar. And so I was really just surrounded by music growing up. My aunt was off Broadway, and just like from a little kid, it was just like ingrained in me, like music. And it just became a real passion of mine, I got really into musical theater as a kid, and I would listen to that a lot. I listened to a lot of my dad's old music, like Eric Clapton, the Beatles, loved them so much. And then Taylor Swift. I am in love with her so much. I found her when I was like, I don't know, like very small, and I would just like scream her songs. I have like, I think all of her albums except her new ones, which I still need to get. But I've been following along with her for such a long time, and I was always just like, I want to be Taylor Swift. And so she's been like a really, really, really big inspiration, and I'm blessed to have family and friends who have been really supportive and have really helped me on that journey. So I think my family and Taylor have been a really big inspiration, honestly.
Instrumental. What is it about Taylor that speaks to you, Elyse?
Her music is just so, she tells stories through her music. And I think that's really a really cool way to look at it, and a really cool way to just storytell in general. It's one thing to like write. Like I used to just like write, okay, let's make up something and then just make sure the words rhyme. When really you have to write from experiences or things that you've seen, and really from the heart, which sounds kind of cheesy, but it makes the song like 10 times better, and just really opening up. And also the way that she's such like a powerful woman in the music industry. It's really, really amazing to have that female voice that's just like, wow, like she doesn't care. Am I in a good way? But
yeah, she's doing her thing, and she's on a mission, and she wants to do what she wants to do, right?
Yeah, and she's amazing at it, and it's really, really cool to see.
So for you, growing up, what were some of the other types of music you were listening to that you really enjoyed and listen to even today?
Yeah, so growing up, I would listen to mainly like Taylor Swift and Katy Perry. And then kind of now I listen to a lot of different things. I'm really into R&B, into pop, into alternative music. I love like the Wallows. Julia Michaels is a huge, huge, huge inspiration of mine. I love her so much. Still Taylor Swift to this day. I also love Grace. She's an Australian artist. Lennon, Stella, kind of around that like cool, like vibey pop way is really like my favorite type of music.
That's cool. That's cool. So, what were some of those early opportunities for you? Was it in school? Did you start going into music in school? How did you first make those first steps into it?
Yeah, so I joined choir in 3rd grade. We had a little choir club, and then we had talent shows, which you could only do 3rd and 4th grade. So
Right.
I auditioned for those, and I got in, and I sang. I think my first song I ever sang was "Make It Shine" from Victorious. I don't. It's like the theme song for the show, and then I also remember singing "Let It Go," but like Demi Lovato's version because I wanted to be like cool.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
Demi,
Yeah.
Demi's so cool. Uh,
Right.
so yeah, but I was so like terrified. I would like stand on stage and it'd be like, the snow glows white on the mountain tonight, not a footprint to be seen. And I was like playing with my dress the whole time. My legs, I remember like
Sort of
how shaky
fidgety.
I was so fidgety. My legs were shaking. Like before I got up, I was like, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this. And then after, I was like, oh, that was kind of fun. That was kind of fun.
Once you dip your feet in, then you get used to it, and then you get more comfortable. And that's the thing. Really, in life, you almost have to do that, because if you get stuck on the fear and of what could happen, then you never take that chance to put that foot forward and try it. So you said, you know what, I'm going to try it. I'm going to go out there, and whatever happens, happens. You'll learn from it. But it also helps you to deal with anxiety and deal with the fear, which is usually fear that is totally self-imposed, right?
Yeah. No, completely. Like I've struggled with like confidence issues, and like I used to be like, well, what are they gonna think about me? Like what if I crack? What if I forget the lyrics? Which I've done plenty of times.
Sure. Even the most professional, legendary veterans have done that. Actors and stage people, everybody forgets lines from time to time. It's how you recover from them and how you sort of smooth it out. That
Mhm.
really is that's the professionalism like you have.
Yeah, I think it's all about just like experience and really just pushing yourself and being like, okay, I can do this. And I've done it before. It's okay. Don't psych yourself out. Cause I used to like, oh, this is gonna get like so like mental healthy, but just like completely fine. But like I used to have
But your dad's a psychiatrist, right?
exactly my dentist is like,
Yeah.
okay.
And also from New York, from Long Island,
And
like
from
like
yeah.
the host is.
And I used to have these like panic attacks before each performance.
Sure, a lot of people do. Yeah.
So scared, so psyched out. I had like the most awful stage fright, and just the more I kept working at it, the more comfortable I got. I still get super nervous.
Sure. I think, but there's a key to that. I know I had this conversation with a number of people. Even the work I do on television, where there's a camera, a lot of people have fear of that, having this
Mhm.
lens. When you look at a television camera in a studio, as I'm sure you've seen, it's this big camera and it's this huge eye. It's a
Mhm.
huge lens, a dark circle eyeball looking at you. And a number of people, that freaks them out. They're like, no, thank you. No, thank you. And they get hung up on how many people are watching. Oh, well, there's only 3.4 million watching. But they tell you, don't think about that. Just think about when you're looking at the camera, or even when you're singing a song, think about that one person. And I remember in training in school, they used to say, or even in the television studios, they used to say, don't think about the millions of people that are watching. Think
Mhm.
think like you're talking to your grandmother and
Yeah,
how much you love that person, and
yeah,
talk to that one person. And when you talk to the one person, everybody, it's as if you're talking to each person because they feel the warmth of talking to the one. So when you're singing, it's like similar. You're singing in front of thousands of people, or thousands of people are hearing it, but you're thinking about that one person that matters in your life that you can focus on. Because a lot of people freak out from that point of view as well. But the thing about getting nervous, there's a plus side to that too. And you've probably heard this. I'm sure your dad has probably said it. They always say, and I've talked to many people that are in theater comedians, television people, radio people, anything where you're in the public eye
Mm-hmm.
and you're performing and you're expected to go out and deliver. Yeah, I've even asked some people that have done it much longer, and I've said, do you get like this knot in your stomach? Do you get sort of like this weird butterfly feeling? They're like, I mean, these people who have done it for a long time, they're like, every single time, I get it every single time. And I used to ask, well, is that good? Or does that mean that the fear is going to take over? And they're like, no, it means that you're still passionate. You still care about it. You still are striving for excellence. So when you get the butterflies in the stomach before you're about to go out there and do your thing, and then eventually while you're doing your thing, those butterflies disappear. Those butterflies are really good because they keep you on your toes, and they keep you, it reminds you that you're passionate and you love whatever it is you're doing. The day you no longer have that angst within you about it means it's time to change what you're doing. You no longer have that drive, that passion, that thirst for what it is you're doing. So you can look at that angst, those butterflies, as a positive, because you're trying to strive for excellence and you're trying to nail it when you go out there. That's what I had always heard. And, it's really true. And then once you go out on stage or whatever in the studio, those butterflies just sort of disappear.
Yeah. It's as soon as you kind of just start getting really into it, you start like trusting yourself and trusting the process.
Kevin D. Miller says, I have a feeling you will be standing on stage someday with all those big stars you're talking about, Elyse. That's what you and I were talking about before we went live on the air, right?
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Christine says, Elyse, welcome to the show. So great to hear. You have such wonderful support to follow your passion, singing and music. You are now a Lovity. So I tell everybody, all the guests, there are, there's Grammys, there's Tonys, there's Emmys, there's Oscars, there's Tellys, there's Peabodys, all these great illustrious awards. But then there's a Lovity on the Jim Masters Show Live. How does that feel to get, you got the John Lennon songwriting contest, but now you're a Lovity. Doesn't it feel, are your feet tingling? Everybody's feet tingles. I know. Makes sense. It's still thrilling each and every time. That's a key. That is really, really key. And claps from Megan, who's watching. Welcome, Megan. And Megan said, yep, there's going to be music coming up as well during the course of our conversation, as we always do that. We weave that in. And Mike says, we're a group of friends from Peru that we want to listen to your wonderful song, Dear Elyse. Oh, that's great. Mike's watching from Peru. Thanks for joining us from it's a beautiful country, Peru in South America. We have a lot of people in South America, Brazil and Argentina, other areas that watch our show. So as you're coming along and you're sort of getting your feet wet in the industry, what was maybe one or two open opportunities and breaks for you that sort of got the door open for you, Elyse?
Yeah. So I was in a program, and they gave me like a bunch of different contacts, and it was really, really helpful. And I'm making contacts now constantly, and it's really just being able to reach out and be like, hey, like I am a singer and I am a rising artist, and I would love to do a song with you. And it's really just reaching out and making those contacts that has really helped me, as well as just hearing advice from different people from the industry. Really good advice that I've heard is to believe in yourself. I feel like that's a main key. Like, keep working at it. And I've gotten so many no's. But then the minute you hear that yes, you're like, it was worth it, and just working hard and being proud of what you're doing is when you know that you've done something right, and when you know that you're heading in the right direction.
What was the first big thing for you think, that really started launching things for you?
I think the John Lennon contest was really cool because it was my first single, and just like getting like pop song of the year through that contest, I was like, wow, like that's insane. And just having all the feedback from the music and the songs, and having people reach out to me, be like, hey, I heard your song and I love it. and like, hey, like this reminds me of this story, and I like listen to your song like daily. It's so cool to connect with people and hear that. And it was kind of just like a switch, like, okay, wow, like this is like happening, like this is something that's like kind of getting momentum, like this is really cool. And so it kind of just pushed me to work, I mean, even harder, be like, okay, yeah, like, and I write like on the daily, just constantly, even if I think it's bad, I like still note it down and just keep like working on the craft, and it's been like amazing.
That is cool. I want to show them Arms, the video teaser we have of Arms. It's a little clip of a longer form song, folks. But tell us about Arms originally. And I mentioned the introduction, Elyse, that it was, about a sort of like a lost love that has moved on, and you can't have each other in each other's arms. But now with COVID and all, it's become sort of this almost like an anthem about the fact that all of us can't necessarily go to our loved ones and friends and give them the hugs and the love and attention that we want to, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I originally wrote this about a crush I had, and he had like moved on, and I was kind of upset about it. I was like, oh, that's really sad. And but I wanted to put kind of a hopeful twist on it, because I'm a fairly hopeful person, fairly like daydreamy. And I wrote it originally just about imagining like, okay, what would happen if I were to be in his arms, and I really want to make this work. So let's pretend that it is going to work. And now, just through Corona and quarantine and everything that's been happening, it's taken a new turn with even just my friends and my family not being able to really see them in person and connect with them through like more conversation than just like texting and FaceTime. And so I think that that's something that everybody can really relate to now,
Absolutely.
And it's really, yeah, it's cool that it can take different meanings upon.
Exactly. Different meanings. And right. Sometimes music tends to do that, right? You have a song that has a certain purpose that the songwriter meant for themselves, but then you can also, if it's relatable, can relate it to your own life in a certain way, right? And you're very keen to that when you write music that's relatable to people.
Yeah.
Which is really, really important to have that relatability, right?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, like one of my biggest goals is just to connect with people and make music that connects people together, and for people to feel like, oh, I've been through this situation, or so yeah, I mean, definitely genuineness and relatability is a big thing of mine.
Amy had a question. She says, Elyse, when you write, do you come up with the music first or the lyrics, or does it come hand in hand for you?
It really depends on it just depends on the day, really. Sometimes I'll just think of a line, and then I'll like, okay, what can go after this? Or I'll just have this melody in my head, and then I'll start like messing around on the piano, and I'll come up with chords, and then I'll come up with a storyline, and it really just like kind of comes at me. It's I love working with different people though. Like co-writing is one of my favorite things to do, just because like you can like bounce each other's like experiences off of each other and ideas. But yeah, I mean, they mainly work hand in hand for me, but sometimes it's just like I'll be like walking like in the mall or like in the store, and then I'll just like think of like, oh, I this line could be really cool, or this idea could be really cool, and then I like quickly like write it down, and then, yeah.
It's amazing you said, and that's a gift that you have to recognize that early, because a number of people I've chatted with on this show and then my professional work in TV and radio, one of the people that I had on recently was the legendary Melissa Manchester, who sang, the theme to Ice Castles and Don't Cry Out Loud and You Should Hear How She Talks About You and all these cool songs. And I asked her about the songwriting process because as much as she is a phenomenal, legendary singer, she's a songwriter as well.
Yeah.
And she said what happens to her is she'll just be going through her day and all of a sudden some spark of light, a real aha moment happens.
Yeah.
She gets this wonderful inspiration and she immediately has to go to her piano or like get a tape recorder or something next to her and just start working it out. Just start like going with what she's got in her mind right then and there and recording it. Because if she doesn't, the longer time away from the initial spark of inspiration,
Yeah.
it sort of dissipates and it's not as
Yep.
rich. Do you find that too? So you have to like, if you get this, you could be in a supermarket, you could be at a baseball game, you could be anywhere, and you get this spark, you have to like get this written down quick, right?
No, like exactly. I'll be over like at like family's house and we'll be like in the middle of dinner. I'll be like, oh, hold on guys, hold on. And then I just like get out my phone and just like softly like sing into my phone, just like so I can make sure to like remember the melody that I had. Or I'll be on call with my friends and I'll be like, give me a second guys. And I just like start like writing down different things.
So they're all used to your aha moments. Like, oh, okay, we know what it is. She's getting another aha moment. Give her some space. She's got to write this down because she's being inspired as we speak. Stop the car, get a pen and paper quick.
Like, oh, she's writing.
Which is cool, right? I imagine you're probably doing that all day long, right? You're always being inspired by things you see and hear and life, living life itself, right?
Yeah, I worked with this one songwriter, and I remember them saying to me, like, even if like you're reading a book or you watch a movie, pay attention to what they're saying. Pay attention to the way they're saying it and why they're saying it, and you can take inspiration from that. I've like written little songs about. I wrote like a little like verse and chorus about like Draco Malfoy.
See,
just like you're like just taking the different like experiences that like you read or you see on TV and bringing that to reality. I think like it's a cool thing to do. It's one of my favorite things to do.
How do you describe your style of music? Or are you still forming that? Is it still morphing? Is it still developing? Some people don't like to lock into a specific style because they may want to do a lot of different genres.
Yeah.
And then some people say, oh no, this is definitely my style. I'm an opera singer, I'm a country singer, I'm a folk singer, whatever it may be. How about for you? How do you define your style, Elyse?
I'm definitely a pop singer. As a rising artist, I'm still finding the different sounds and different key things that will like make me, right? But I'm definitely have a really big passion for pop. I love bringing in different elements from different genres, but ultimately saying pop. I like and then in terms of writing, I like being very like honest and genuine. I like telling stories and having different imagery and like metaphors that may mean something different. And I think it's like a cool way to have my songs out. Yeah.
One of our lovely viewers, Austin Field, said another excellent show. Thank you very much, Austin. Appreciate that. Merlin in Canada wanted to know, did you go to singing classes, singing lessons?
Yes. I started singing lessons at age 8, and I've been in them ever since. And I'm currently working with a great singing coach called Dean Shepard. Love him to pieces, and it's just been amazing. I mean, we're working on like technique and different style stuff and developing my voice because I'm still like a teenager, obviously, right? So I'm still like going through different voice changes, and just like really developing and strengthening my vocal cords. And even like big singers, like everybody has like a vocal coach, and just like constantly who helps them grow. And it's almost like a sports coach, like
right,
training and stuff. It's vocal training. So yeah.
It really is. What's an example of what a training, one of the lessons or the training sessions would be like for you? There's a lot of physicality to that as well, right? With the voice.
Yeah. So basically, standing up is like preferred, right? You stand up, you're up straight, and you do just different vocal exercises, whether it's like going up and down the scale, doing like ha 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 ha. Like you really need to engage your core. It's all about, there's so much technique that goes into just different placements. Like if you want to be like louder, like if you want to go higher, you think like, you do like, and then my vocal teacher had me go quack, 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 quack to overview my songs, to produce that overall sound, because I was really breathy. So instead of singing like, let's see, I'm thinking about, you can go quack, 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 and then slowly bring it down so it doesn't sound like it quacks. So you go like, I'm thinking about you. So it's more forward rather than like super breathy in the back of your throat. There's like a lot of different technicalities and different things that you learn and adapt to, and there's different placements. Like I had to learn recently a whole new placement that was so much healthier for my voice, and that's ultimately strengthening my voice and strengthening my musicality.
That's really cool. It's a great demo for people watching to understand some of the involvement of the process, because it isn't necessarily you just grab the microphone and start, knocking out of the park. There's a lot of preparation. There's a lot of training, like it is a sport.
Yeah.
Anytime you're using the voice, it's the same thing. Even with me being, an on-air person, there's certain things you should and shouldn't do with your voice. Don't have milk products before you're about to use your voice.
Mm-hmm.
Creates the phlegm and it just congestion, and don't do any of that. Do they still do some of those other trainings like da 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 da? They go higher, 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 or lower, lower, all of that as well.
Yeah, I still do. I still do like up and down scales, do different things. Sometimes we do like really like unique and I'm blanking on the word, but like detailed scales, and that working on vocal agility for runs and stuff, and then going high, and then working on your low voice so you can go really low, right?
That's right.
Be healthy and strong and still sound good.
And you're considered leaning towards soprano, right?
Yeah. I like to sing more soprano. I consider myself more of like a soprano too, if we're gonna get like technical. But yeah, I mean, I sing a lot higher than I sing higher a lot more times than I do lower.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. It's funny with me because mine, it's interesting. Some people have, and I have found, and I think it comes from years of being on the air, that I have two different versions. Like I have one where I can sing and I'm higher and I can maintain that. And then another that's lower with a void in the middle, if that makes any sense. It's like it's either higher or lower, but not necessarily the middle, which I think is kind of cool. And sometimes that changes too. It depends also on the time of day. Sometimes in the morning, your voice can be lower. And sometimes because you've been speaking all day long and your vocal cords have been used and used and used, it can be a little higher at the end of the night. You sort of run out of air. Joey asks, do you practice or do a sound check prior to your shows? I'm sure you do the sound check, but are you doing a lot of these vocal exercises in preparation for recording in the studio or a live performance for you?
Yeah. So like in terms of vocal exercises, I do warm-ups. I do vocal exercises. I try to do them almost every day. You want to keep the strength up. It's kind of like working out, except you don't do it every day because you don't like strain yourself, but you have the night to kind of calm down and relax. And also like having like tea with like lemon. So good for your voice. So I have in our we have like a little tea like little basket. So I have like just a box of like throat coat in there for myself. But yeah, I do vocal exercises every day to just keep up that. And then in terms of like shows and stuff, I practice like leading up to them and stuff, and I try to keep up a set just so I'm like prepared if like there's any like last minute things.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
Merlin asks, in Canada, breathing exercises too? Do you do a lot of different breathing exercises?
Yeah. So there's like this one. I kind of did it earlier, but I didn't like. There's like ha 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 ha, which kind of brings up your core strength, which also helps you hold your breath longer and have stronger notes for a longer period of time. There's also like just different exercises, like having elongated scales help bring up the amount of time that you can hold your breath and you can sing longer. Also just like which is kind of equivalent to the ha 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 ha, just more breath geared towards. But yeah, I mean, it's a lot of it goes hand in hand just with the overall just vocal as well, and just learning like how to control your breath and how to control your voice.
It's really amazing. I'm sure as you've gone along, Elyse, you've been learning too. Maybe even you didn't realize how involved it really is and how many different elements there are to singing, right, and performing.
Yeah, no, there's a lot that you have to think of at like the same amount of time, and it kind of becomes second nature like after a bit of like practicing. But you really have to like hone in on specific things. Like for like some songs, like I have to go like line by line and think. For one, you have like the emotion, right?
Mm-hmm.
You have to portray the emotion. You have the technique. You have to make sure the placement is on, and you have to make sure that you're stylizing it correctly. And there's a whole like load of just different things that go into each specific line of the song, because one line you can be reminiscing on like a memory, and then the next you can be like, oh, but we broke up, and then being like really sad. So you have to be able to also, it's like acting.
It really is, isn't it?
Yeah.
So you go a little higher when you're reminiscing and lower when you're broke up. That's
Yeah, like you just like, it's really cool like when you get like really emotionally like into a song, and you're just like having all these like different stylistic things come to you just naturally. Like I'm sure like Demi Lovato, she does like, she's a really great example. Stone Cold, like one of her live performances of that, it's just so just like breathtaking. But you also have to make sure the technique's correct after. So what I like to do, I like to like record myself doing like getting into the song, doing all that stuff, and then going back and being like, okay, but like let's see what we can fix here technique wise to make sure it's healthy and it sounds the best it can.
exactly. So do you have like a studio at the house there, or do you go to a studio to do the work?
So I actually got some studio equipment from the John Lennon contest.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah, it was really cool. I got a recording mic. I got recording headphones. I got speakers. I got a MIDI board. I got an electric guitar and a bunch of different like wires and things like that. And then I got a Scarlett for Hanukkah, so which was really cool.
Congratulations and all of that, huh? What was that like winning the John Lennon songwriting contest? I mean, what did you have to do? What were you competing against? What was that process like for people not familiar with that contest, Elyse?
So it's a global songwriting contest, and singers-songwriters from all over the world can just submit their songs. My mom actually found it, and then we just submitted Thinking About You. And we didn't really think anything of it. Like a few months went by and we're like, oh, And then I got picked for like the second session, because they divide it by first session, second session, and then it's like within a year. So I got picked for the pop category for the second session, and I was like, oh my God, okay, that's like, okay, cool. And it was picked, they have like a panel of judges from the music industry, and they listen to each song and they pick. So I was lucky enough to be picked for the pop category, and then my song went up against the first session pop song, and then that was a viewer's vote. So I really, really hyped it up. I was like, hey guys, please, 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 please vote. You have the whole month to vote. And then the winner was announced the first day of the following month. And then I was lucky enough to then move on to the next round. And then the next one was just with those winners.
Yeah.
Who's like has Song of the Year. And I did not win it, but a really good song did. And so it's not no like hard feelings or anything.
No, it still was an amazing experience, right?
Amazing. So I still got the title Pop Song of the Year, which is really cool. And it was just an amazing, amazing experience. My mom and I, like, whenever like I first like won, we were like, oh my God.
Yeah. A lot of screaming and hugging. Yeah.
Yeah, like exactly how you think, like, oh my God. It was really, really cool.
It's like you just won a new refrigerator on The Price is Right.
Exactly, just like the new refrigerator. And yeah, and I'm slowly like learning guitar. My dad and my brother trying to help me.
Because they, like you said, they're guitarists, they play the instruments. Yeah. So are there instruments that you play now, or you're getting into that part as a musician?
Yeah, so I play piano. I've been playing piano for a bit. And a little later, whenever I sing live for everyone, I'm going to be playing Thinking About You on the piano. So I'm excited.
That's fantastic. And before we listen to Arms, because again, there's lots of music coming up, folks, so stay tuned. Just chatting with our wonderful guests. You can learn about her. I learn about her. You learn about her. We all learn together from each other. Tell us about that one, Thinking About You. When did that one happen?
So I wrote that, I think it was summer 2019.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I wrote it with Shane Stevens, amazing writer. And I came in and I had this idea, and I was just like, it was actually my first ever really co-write session.
Yeah.
And I was like, hey, I want to write a love song about this boy that I have a crush on. And and so I was like, okay, cool. And I kind of just told him a bit of the story, and kind of how I said earlier, I'm very like imaginative, daydreamy. I make up scenarios in my head, you know,
which is great. Yeah, brainstorming, fantasy, daydreaming. We talk about it a lot on the show. That should never go away, because some of the most creative moments happen when you're fantasizing, daydreaming, and you're almost lifted from reality. You come up with some amazing things.
Yeah, it's really cool. Like I've been like recently, this is kind of off topic, but recently I've been really into like, okay, like this is gonna sound like, I don't know if you're gonna know what this term is. Some people in chat might, but there's like different things. Like there's like cottagecore. They're like different aesthetics, right? There's like cottagecore. There's like fairy core, like royal core, different things like that. And so I've been very interested in like that realm. If you saw my Pinterest board, it was like full of just different like fields and like princess dresses and really cool like artworks and fashion and makeup stuff that's like kind of around that. It's this whole like world that I've been really getting into. But
almost kind of Disney-esque in a way, a little bit.
Yeah, kind of. It's like a, I don't know, like modern day, like fairy tale in a way.
Like a fantastical world, right?
Yeah. And it's just so, I don't know, it's like so like enticing to me. It's really, really interesting and like fun. And so I'm kind of bringing that into just like my music and my world. But anyways, back to Thinking About You. I wrote that kind of we wrote it just imagining, okay, what it would be like if things like worked out, and this is how it would happen. We meet on a subway. I'm wearing this red dress. I fall into his arms, and his blue eyes are smiling at me, you know. And that's basically how the song kind of got created. And then he said, hey, I have this friend who's a producer, Nash Overstreet, who's actually part of Hot Shell Ray, and he was really great to work with. We flew out to LA and we got it recorded and we got it produced, and then we released it. We worked on like the cover art and yeah, the release plan, and it was a really fun release.
That's fantastic. So you're going to play some of that a little bit later. First, we have Arms, which is quite recent, right? You were saying?
Yeah, I released it February 5th.
I love this. This is part of the imagery, right?
Yeah. That was really fun to shoot. The music video, we did that early like last month. Yeah. And it was so cold though. It was so cold. Like you'll see me in the video, and I'm wearing this like white tennis skirt and then like corset crop top, and that was like we were like by water, right? Like by a lake.
But you wouldn't know. You're professional. You wouldn't know that you're freezing.
By a lake, the sun was setting. It was getting to like 40 degrees, and I was shivering, and then he was like, action. I was like, here in my arms, and it was just
that's it. Once the light goes on, that's it. Take the stage and let's run with it, right? You got to. That is really cool. Let's take a look at the freezing Elyse doing Arms, but you would never know. She told you a world premiere exclusive on the Jim Masters Show live just now. We always get these world premiere exclusives. Here we go, gang. Here, it's really cool. It's just a few seconds of it, but the whole thing, is it already released or coming out, or it's?
Yeah, it's released. It's on my YouTube channel.
Congratulations.
So you can check it out. Thank you so much.
Wait till you hear her voice, folks. It's awesome. You're going to want to buy everything she's got. Here we go. Here's Arms. And again, think about it in the terms that she's talking about now, where we're not able to see, at this moment, the loved ones and the friends. We've had to postpone holidays and weddings and all these things in our lives. So we can't use our arms. We do virtual hugs here on the show, but we can't do, the actual physical. So we'll have it right here with Arms with our wonderful guest, singer, songwriter, and actress. We'll talk about the acting. A couple of people asked, do you enjoy acting? You have an interest in acting? Yes, acting is big in your life. But first, here's Arms with Elyse. It's easy. Like, I want the rest. It's so good. But again, tell us a little bit more about that. How long did it take to shoot that? And how did they pick that location and the whole bit?
Yeah, so we got with the cinematography company, and they were amazing to work with. They're called Cinemastery. They're amazing to work with. We got on the phone with them, talked about the song. I sent them some Pinterest boards I made, because that's how I base off my ideas. I go off of like Pinterest. I just make Pinterest boards, and that's like, I don't know. I speak through like pictures in a way, like just like, because it's hard to put into words like the aesthetic, the type of things that I'm imagining. So I like put it into a Pinterest board originally, and then I sent it, and I was like, here's some like words, like kind of very like fun, like excitable, dreamy, like thoughtful. Thank you guys. Also, everyone.
And saying so awesome. And Kevin D. Miller said, wow, just beautiful, Elyse. And Crystal Nolan in Connecticut, beautiful voice. Maureen says that was wonderful. Your love for what you do is quite evident. Kathleen in New York City, lovely voice. Juanita in South Africa, lovely voice. And we actually have another clip we found here. I want to play it and show the audience, and then we'll talk about it when we come back. Here is a little bit more of the incredible Elyse Jewell. This is on stage at a concert event, acoustic style. You'll enjoy, and then we'll be back. You're watching the Jim Masters Show live. I'm your host, Jim Masters. My special guest this Sunday night, singer, songwriter, actress Elyse Jewell, live from Dallas, Texas. That's really cool. I mean, you have a command of the stage too. And I'm sure, like people say, I know people always fixate on ages and all the time, whether somebody's older, somebody's younger, but you do sort of totally erase age, 16, 15, 16, yeah, because you just have a command. You have a certain way that you command the stage and the audience. That's very, very cool.
Thank you.
And
Thank you.
your voices, like bata, like bata. Who said that? Betty Davis or something? Bata. But it's really, really, really fantastic. Really fantastic. And I just want to show you some of the, tell us while I show some of the, well, we'll take a look at the comments first and then we'll talk about that event you were at. Crystal is saying amazing with claps and hearts. And she's in Connecticut. Juanita, South Africa, fantastic. Gary in Iowa, very talented. Kevin D. Miller, amazing, 16 years old. The voice sounds like that bright future, no doubt. Claps from Kathleen in New York City. And Ann Wozniak saying, not only an amazing voice, but so beautiful and graceful as well. That's exactly what we're talking about here. Really, really cool. Beautiful and lovely voice. And can you handle all this Jim Master show levity, Elyse? That's it. You're a wonderful performer, great talent from Joey, and amazing from Crystal. Cool stuff.
You guys are so sweet. Thank you so much.
Yeah, that's what we do here on the Jim Master Show Live. Light, love, levity, and levity. Tell us about that event where you were performing there. And I love that you had that whole sign lit up, Jewel. I mean, it was really cool.
Yeah, no, that was really cool. I'm pretty sure I think I was 14.
What? You were 14 doing that? Holy cow. I know, you're like, oh.
I think it was the summer going into freshman year, and I'm a sophomore now.
Maureen goes, are you sure you're only 16? She's got an old soul. She's got an old soul.
Thank you.
So you were 14, and what was the event?
So that was at my music studio that I had previously gone to. We had done yearly just different shows and stuff, and we had really so we had booked Lava Cantina, and so that's where it was. Lava Cantina, based. It's in Dallas or a city outside of Dallas. I can't remember, but yeah, we had been rehearsing for months prior. I remember for that song specifically, my vocal teacher at the time, we had just like sat down in a lesson and we were just messing around with different chords and messing around with different ways to sing the song, because it's originally No Tears Left to Cry by Ariana Grande. But I wanted to kind of change it up a bit and make it just feel more like me. So we had like added some like bluesy, like different typed chords. And I was just messing around with my voice with different ways to sing it. And it was really, really fun. And so then we just made a chord chart, which is basically just the layout of the song with like different chords and stuff that you give to the band. And like prior, so then they can practice and you guys rehearse the songs. And then but yeah, that's essentially what we did, and I had a set with that, and it was really, really cool. And we had like we had a person who created the different signs, so like my name in the back, that was really cool. It was custom created, which is really, really neat. And I like my friends there, like in the audience. I reserved a little table for them, and they had came with us, and they were like watching, and it was really, really fun.
That must have been amazing for you too, and to get that response and that feedback. And then, also the love of the fans too is an amazing thing. And it's probably a newer thing. You really appreciate that, right? I know you're very big, and I'm that way too with viewers and listeners. I think they're very important because they're the ones that, appreciate your work. They follow you. They're there every day. They're there every night, morning, wherever you are. They're rooting you on. They're supporting you. They encourage, right?
Yeah.
I believe, in celebrating them in everything I've ever done in television, radio, and even on this show. And I know you do that big time as well, right?
Yeah, no, it's a huge deal for me to be able to like connect and really speak with my like followers and stuff. We're coming up with, we're still coming up with a name, and I'm thinking gems, because like jewel, like, right?
Oh, I like that.
I think it's really cute. And then like I also have like little face gems. I don't know if you can see them, but like
Oh, you got the bit. Yeah, come closer. We'll see.
oh my god, little like face gems. And I think, I don't know, like kind of coming along with like my name. I think it's really cute.
So you'll have the gems and we have the lovities, and we'll merge them all together. Wow, what a happy world we'll have, right? The gems and the lovities.
Exactly.
It's perfect. That is fantastic. That is fantastic. Who have been some of those really big inspirations in your life musically? I know your mom is, right?
Yeah, my mom has been a huge support. She's been with me every single step of the way of my music career, and we're like on this journey together. She's been amazing. She helps me with all my stuff. She helps me with coordination and just also brainstorming different things. And she's like my number one supporter. She's been there since day one. And my dad has also been like so amazing, and he's definitely like helped me even just like kickstart everything. He was like my main inspiration for music to start, because he's the one who introduced me to everything. And he used to actually be in a band when he was younger.
On Long Island, or
yeah, in like high school or college or something. Yeah, New York. He had a band with some of his friends, and they were
on the island, as we say. If you're from New York, from Long Island, some people who you'd always tell somebody who's not from Long Island, because they'll say, we're going in Long Island. And we're like, no, you're actually going on it. You're going on the island. And what exit are you? Oh, I live off this exit. That's funny. So the musical interest in the family. And you mentioned this sort of like this Broadway connection. And I asked you before we went live on the air, any thought of going, to Nashville, to LA, to New York, to Broadway?
Yeah.
It's all of it is open, right?
Yeah, I mean, my aunt, she was off Broadway, and my dad was like, he's big in musical theater as well. And so I grew up with musical theater, and my dad and I are like the big theater buffs in the house. And so like he'll be like, Elyse, this musical is now on like Netflix, like let's watch it. I'm like, okay. And so I've seen like a fair share of musicals in my life, and and like now in like high school we have like these like bigger productions of musicals. So I take so many theater classes. Like next year I have like 3 theater classes that I'm wanting to take. And it's been a huge part of my life. Like I wanted to be like a Broadway singer before I wanted to be like a pop star. And then I was like, I want to be a pop star. And I was like, wait, maybe Broadway. And so it was a back and forth for a bit, just on like which one like I wanted to like really pursue. And but I mean, pop is like, it's a really like big deal for me. I don't know. It's really important, but having my roots in musical theater has really helped me just with like the acting aspect and just being able to connect with my songs. I think it's been able to kind of keep me more like grounded through like lyricism and different things. Cause like even like if you listen to like a musical theater song, it's literally storytelling. Like it
is. Yeah.
And they like speak through their words, it's like, and so I don't know, it's really cool. And then like in every single musical, they always have like really intricate like melodies or like instrumentation stuff, and it's really cool. So it's like really nice to have my roots in there. And I might like pull like a Sabrina Carpenter and go like try to be on like Broadway for a bit. And she played Katie in Mean Girls, and unfortunately was stopped short because Corona. But yeah, or even like Barbra Streisand. I know she didn't do like so much like pop, but she was still like on and off mainstream and Broadway.
Do you like some of those artists, like the Streisands and some of the other legendary singers as well?
Oh yeah, like Barbra Streisand, like even being like female Jewish in the industry has been like really cool. And she's like, yeah, and then her gorgeous voice.
Somebody like a Celine Dion.
Yeah, love Celine Dion. Oh my God, I sang My Heart Will Go On in like like a fifth grade, sixth grade talent show, I think.
Did you really?
Very out of my range, but like I was like little like 12-year-old me was like, my heart will go on and on, and it was, but yeah.
It's not an easy song to sing. Have you been blessed with singing the national anthem anywhere at all? Because they always say the national anthem, whether somebody sings it at a stadium or whatever it is one of the hardest songs to sing because it, goes higher and higher and higher.
No, I know. Like I haven't performed it anywhere, but I've like sang it, just like practiced it on my own. And you wouldn't think that the national anthem is so hard to sing until you start like trying to like sing it. And it just keeps going like
higher and higher and higher. There's that apex, that crescendo that it reaches.
Yeah.
Exactly. which is amazing. So we talked about the fact that the singing lesson is very, very important to you. How do you describe your sound? Like, what would be a couple of key words in describing your particular sound, Elyse?
I would say that just in terms, I think, very heartfelt, like passionate. I would also describe it as kind of light, dreamlike. I feel like it's something that, I like to take mainstream stuff, but then add different like flakes of different genres in it. So I think it can be a bit, add a bit of like eclecticism. Is that a word?
Yeah, like eclectic or very eclectic music. Yeah.
But like fun and genuine and real, but still having that story behind it.
That's cool. What would be a song that you would sort of belt out maybe in the shower or if you were in the car?
Oh, okay, so many. Okay, I Will Always Love You by Whitney Houston is like that's like a big one, right? And Whitney Houston's such a powerhouse, such an amazing voice with like such amazing songs.
Lost her way too early, I know. Yeah. Whitney Houston and also Natalie Cole had a beautiful voice as well. Miss You Like Crazy and all those songs.
Yeah.
Yeah, Whitney, amazing. Did you ever see, it's on YouTube, did you ever see the video of Whitney doing the national anthem at the Super Bowl? It was in 1993, 94. Mm-hmm. Amazing. Mm-hmm. Oh my God. Yeah, amazing.
She's so good, so powerful.
Now, being there in Texas, I would imagine, there's a lot of also country influences and gospel influences as well. Have you toyed with any of that at all?
I've experimented with a bit of like country, right? Because Texas, it's one of the hearts for country music. And I've toyed with it a bit, but it hasn't been anything that I'm really passionate about. I think the most that I've really done, old Taylor Swift with her Fearless album and her Our Song and different things like that that I've done. I've done some Carrie Underwood, so more pop country is what I've experimented with, but it hasn't really nothing's really stuck, just pop and alternative music.
One of the other loves, as I mentioned, you have is acting. Tell us about your acting experience and when did that begin for you, Elyse?
Yeah, so I got into some acting classes, I think fifth grade-ish, and then is when I also got signed with the Campbell Agency, which is here in Dallas. And I got sent some auditions, and the first audition that I ever really booked was actually a Nerf commercial, and it was Super Soaker. And I'm sure if you do some deep digging, I forgot what the Floodinator was the Nerf gun that we were promoting, right? And I'm sure if you do some deep digging, you can find the German version of it or something on YouTube, and you can see I'm wearing these purple shorts, and I think and I have my hair like half up, half down. I think I have like a yellow shirt on or something. But if you do some deep digging, I'm sure you could find it.
Take a deep dive.
Yeah, yeah. But I remember it was in November, and actually a kid from my school who was in some of my classes, he did acting too, and he booked the same commercial. And it was yeah. And I saw his picture up, like his headshot up at auditions, and I was like, is that him?
Is that
And
him?
so I asked the next day, and I was like, did you audition? And he was like, yeah. I was like, me too. And then the day that like and I remember like the day that the word got out, like who like, you know, made it or who didn't, right? And he like came up to me, he was like, did you get in? Like, did you get in? I was like, yeah. And then we like gave each other like a high five. We're like fifth graders. We're like, oh my God, like this is gonna be so fun. And then we went up to set, and it was so cold. It was so cold. It was
You seem to be in these situations where it's very cold.
Because we have to like shoot since it was a summer commercial, right? You have to shoot it prior, so then they have time to.
Yeah, usually like Christmas stuff they shoot in like the summertime, and right, or vice versa. Yeah. Summer stuff they're shooting in the dead of winter.
No, it was so, because it was like I remember telling everyone at school it was a cold November Wednesday, and I was just. And here all of us are in like shorts and like t-shirts shooting like water guns at each other, and then in like 40-degree weather, and we had like this crew, and they would like between each shot they would like come dry us off. And then I remember one of the producers, or it was the director, they were like, somebody get these kids some hot chocolate. And so
they gotta warm up those fingers before frostbite comes in. Frostbite.
Yeah. It was so much running around, and I'm not a sports kid, right? I don't do sports. I tried soccer in like second grade, and then I quit.
You tried it, yeah.
Yeah. I'll play basketball on occasion with my family, and that's like the most I'll do. And so
did you do tennis at all, or?
I took like a tennis lesson.
Did you?
Yeah, and that was like basically it.
Yeah.
But
music is your love.
Yeah. And then I mean, obviously I have to do like some workouts and stuff, just like the momentum for like performing and stuff. So I do that, but like nothing like really sportsy. So here, like fifth grade me, not having like being like really like inathletic, and I'm just like running around like shooting people with like water guns for like a day straight, and I was so tired by the end of it. Because I was there at like 6 a.m. for hair and makeup, and then we didn't leave until like nighttime. I mean, it was really fun, like one of the most fun experiences ever, and such a fun first experience. But
that's cool. Yeah. That's really, is there anybody that, well, I'm sure there's a lot of people that you would like to, either you wish you could have, maybe they're no longer with us, or somebody that is still out there that you would love to work with, collaborate with, do a duet with, perhaps, Elyse?
Yeah, I keep saying Taylor Swift, but it has to be Taylor Swift. Like Taylor Swift is just. I watched her documentary recently, and she just the way that she works is incredible. Just like between her storytelling and just, I feel like she'd be so fun to just like talk to. You know, I'd love to like hear some of her advice. I think writing also with Julia Michaels. Julia Michaels is a huge like inspiration for me, and all of her vocally and stylistically, and her lyrics are so honest. Like they're so honest and so like wow. And so writing with her would be just like.
Any of the guys out there, any of the male performers you'd love to work with too?
Yeah,
like the Justin Timberlakes or any.
I really like. I think like Shawn Mendes would be like really fun. I feel like, I mean, I don't know. His music is just really fun, and like working with like, because he does a lot of like live instruments and different things like that. I think that'd be really fun. Or even some of like the boy bands, the Vamps, 5 Seconds of Summer. Love those. I think they'd be really fun to collab with. Just like having a song with them, that would be like really, really cool.
Could you imagine too? You never know, right? Never say never. Never say never. So you're a singer and a songwriter. Do you have a preference? Are you a singer who writes songs, a songwriter who sings? How do you look at it?
I sang before I started to songwrite, so I think songwriting is like definitely like more of like I added songwriting onto my like repertoire.
Repertoire, that's right.
And yeah, I mean, I think songwriting is a really like eye-opening, like door opening. You know, like you walk through a door. Anyways, but it's yeah. So I think I'm like a singer who writes her songs, and I think that's really cool. And I think having the ability to write my songs and co-write my songs, it's really allowed me to also just connect with people and connect with like my gems and
Exactly, with the gems. Well, you know, it's amazing too, because if you write a song that becomes so big and then you have other people singing that song as well, that could be very, very, you know, productive and profitable. I mean, songwriting, if there's a song, even if you're writing songs for commercials or movie scores and songs from hit movies, I mean, that become like these anthems that people sing.
Big part of the industry, yeah. And just like to be able to write your own songs, you just have like that much more of yourself in the know and in the industry.
Right, exactly, exactly. So have you thought of you and I chatted before we went live in the air about LA, about Nashville, places like that where the music scene is pretty extensive. New York as well, leaning more theater, but still Nashville is a hub, LA still.
Yeah, I mean, I've been to LA, I think 3 times, and amazing. I wanna move there after high school, and just the scene there is just so, it's just full of creatives, and I love cities. I love cities. I love like moving things, and I love like staying busy. And I think just like the music scene and the creative scene, and like, I mean, obviously like everybody, mainly everybody like is in like either California, New York, or Nashville. And it's just like just a color, they're colorful places. That's all I can describe them as. Like they're colorful and they're fun.
Yeah.
And
All different cultures and backgrounds and people and
so creative.
right.
And I've never been to Nashville, and after the pandemic, we're wanting to go and write and make a few demos and stuff, and as well as go back to LA because I really, really miss it there. And also New York because that's where I have some family, and I want to see a Broadway show like live. I've never actually seen like a show on Broadway.
Oh, wow.
I know. And I saw the touring cast of SpongeBob the Musical with my friend because her mom won tickets, and her mom gave the tickets to her, and then she gave the tickets to like a group of us, and we're like, it was so fun. But I've seen SpongeBob the Musical live from the touring Broadway cast, and then that's basically it. So I really want to see like a live Broadway show.
That's cool. That's cool. So Kathleen says she loves the butterflies in the background.
Thank you. Thank you. I actually originally like had these kind of set up for like my room because I'm in the middle of like redecorating my whole entire room. And then I was like, and I was recording a cover one night, and I was like, okay, how can I make my background like cuter and less like, because my piano's set up here, right? And so I didn't want to like move it somewhere else. And so I was like, okay, I have these vines, and my background's gonna get updated in a bit. I'm thinking about different things that I can do. So, but for now I have these like butterflies that I got off of like Amazon. I got like a big pack of them, and I kind of just like put them on the shades.
It's really, really cool. It's nice. And you got the purple. It's amazing. The colors that you have were very intuitive because if you notice, our font color is matching the colors that you like and you have. See, we're very intuitive here at the Jim Masters Show Live. Is that one of your favorite colors?
Yeah, purple is my favorite color. It's like been like lavender and like lilac. It's been my favorite color since I was like a baby. My mom like painted my walls like lavender when I was a kid, and it's just kind of just been my favorite color. Yeah. Yeah.
So you have the piano there. Do you want to grace us with some songs for the lovely viewers who are watching around the world?
Yeah, of course.
Cool. What would you like to do first, Elyse?
Okay, so I can do Thinking About You. I think that'd be fun.
We've all been thinking about you too. So here's Thinking About You with Elyse Jewell and her beautiful butterfly purple motif. Just for the lovities on the Jim Master Show Live. And if there's any gems watching.
And the gems.
That's it. All right. Take it away.
Thank you. I don't know you, I know you don't know me yet, but somehow I can picture us in my head. I see me in the city in a red dress, heart beat out my chest, yeah. People flying by on the subway, we lock eyes but we don't speak. I trip and I fall and you catch me. That's the scene I play when I think about you. And how could you gonna love me? I think about you, hey. You won't put nobody above me. Oh, early in the morning till I wake up every day. That's what I'll be doing, baby, till I see your face. Think about you until you think about me too. I see you every night in the same place. Pretend to be surprised for a couple days. You ask me out in the pouring rain. I'll forget my name when you call me baby in about a week. You tell me that you love me in another 3. Your blue eyes smiling like I've never seen. I can barely breathe when I think about you. And how could you gonna love me? I think about you, hey. You won't put nobody above me. Oh, early in the morning till I wake up every day. That's what I'll be doing, baby, till I see your face. Think about you until you think about me too. And I can't get you out of my head, thinking about the things you say. And I can't get you out of my mind until you're by my side. When I think about you, I think about you. You won't put nobody above me. Oh, you're early in the morning till I wake up every day. That's what I'll be doing, baby, till I see your face. Think about you until you think about me too. Oh, 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 oh.
Really nice. Really fantastic. I love that. That's fantastic. Really nice. Tell us a little bit about that song. You mentioned a little bit about it earlier, but it really speaks to you, doesn't it? Because there's a lot of people that are thinking about a lot of people right about now who, again, can't necessarily see their loved ones and friends.
Yeah. So this one, I feel like I wanted to write a pop song, a really fun pop song, and I wanted to write a love song that told a story, right? I love like telling stories through lyrics. And so this one, it tells the story basically of a girl, me, and who's imagining what it would be like to be with this person and how we would meet and the ideal circumstance. So it's like a movie, you know?
Right.
I see you across the subway and we lock eyes and we know from the moment that it's true love. And then I fall into your arms while wearing this beautiful red dress, and then your blue eyes are looking at me, and it's this whole like imaginative thing, right? And it's just like, I'm thinking about you and I'm hoping that you think about me too. And I'm hoping, and I mean, I am the like least, I'm so bad at confrontation. And so I will like never tell
Yeah,
anybody.
you're more like a Lovity, right?
And so we'll never like say anything. And so it's like all just like, I'm thinking about you, I'm thinking about you, I'm thinking about you. Please make the first move. I'm thinking about you. You know?
Exactly. I want to show you some of the feedback too to that. And you have more for us, which is exciting. Crystal Nolan is saying here, very beautiful with claps and hearts. She's
Thank you
watching from
so much.
Connecticut. Christine Clifton in North Carolina. Yay, great job, Elyse.
Thank
Linda Odell, who's watching in St. Augustine, Florida, says, so nice. Mary Bishop in Florida, so nice. Anne is also in Florida, lovely. Maureen says, that was delightful. Juanita, South Africa, says, what a catchy song, lovely. Kathleen in New York City, very, very nice. She's loving it as well. Cool stuff, really, really nice. Great feedback here. Yeah, the feedback's nice, isn't it?
Yeah, no, Lovities are like so amazing. You guys are so amazing.
The Lovities. So what's the other song you want to share with us while you, and thanks for, doing this live for us here on the show.
No, thank you for having me. This is
My
so
pleasure. My pleasure.
So I actually I have Arms, and I actually have it with the like original like track that I recorded it with. I just thought it was fun to share since I like recently released it.
Yeah, congratulations on that.
Thank you, thank you. So yeah, so this is Arms. It's here in my arms. Oh, it's here in my arms. Oh, I count down the days to your love. It's here in my arms. Oh, oh, it's here in my arms. Oh, I count down the days to your love. It's here in my arms.
Bringing those arms and those hands together, clapping. Really, I tell you, that's a great. How long did it take you to write that one? It's a great song.
Thank you. I wrote that with Drew Scott, who's a songwriter and producer in LA, and he actually does a lot of K-pop songs. And I don't know if you can hear, but I took a lot of inspiration for this song, like by Zara Larsson, and I was also really into like some K-pop at the time, and Julia Michaels. So those were like some big inspirations for the song. And I really just wanted a fun like pop anthem type song, and that obviously like had this message behind it that, you can't be with the person that you love. But I'm I consider myself a positive person and a remotely positive thinker. And so I wanted to put a positive outlook on a more sadder subject. And I wanted to be like, this can be hopeful. This can bring some light to the feeling of missing somebody. And so also just bringing in kind of how I mentioned earlier, I'm daydreaming. And so imaginative. So you're thinking like, okay, like I'm counting down the days and I'm just waiting until I can see you again. And just having that hope. And so to answer your original question.
It's always good. You can go in different directions and then we always circle back anyway. It's perfectly fine.
This song,
we're all on the same train.
Yeah. I think it took about maybe 2 hours to write, I think, 2-3 maybe. And then we just made a quick demo within like an hour. And he was like producing as we were writing it together. And so, yeah, I mean, it was super, super fun. We were like, after we had like the demo kind of basically done, we were like just jamming out in the little studio, and it was so fun.
So you have a Drew Scott that's been a part of your life, which is amazing because I have a Drew Scott, a part of my life. He was the first television news director that I worked with at a television station in New York.
Wow.
And he is a national network news anchor and all, and brought me in, and his name, Drew Scott.
It's so cool.
See, it's always good to have a Drew Scott in your life, right?
Yeah.
That is amazing. Mike is giving claps, watching in Peru. Thank you, Mike. We welcome you. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, right, Elyse? Everybody should subscribe to the Gym Masters TV YouTube channel.
Yes. Thank you so much. This is
Look at all this. Yeah. Fun song, claps, very beautiful. Bravo. Beautiful song. Cool stuff. What are some other things that you have coming up? Obviously, 2020, a lot of things just whoosh, theaters closed, stages closed, studios closed. I mean, I was at public television, and we were shooting some segments for holiday specials. And you've probably heard of Trans-Siberian Orchestra. Some of my friends have been in the TSO and they're performers, but we were doing segments for their holiday concert that goes to Christmas Eve. And we were at the PBS studio filming segments, and the building is 5 floors. 6 floors.
Oh,
and the only people, this was back in December, the only people that were in the building were like myself, my co-host, one cameraman, the floor director, some of the, like a producer in the whole building. There was like maybe 10 people in the whole building. So a lot of things have been like closed, and you haven't been able to go to a lot of places. So during that time, how have you been keeping busy, and what do you have that you've been working on going forward that we can look forward to?
Yeah, so I've been doing a lot of writing, and I've been doing a lot of co-writes as well, and just really working on like artistry and getting stuff out there. So expect a lot of more releases coming up. I have a lot of songs that are just getting ready to release. I'm really excited. I've been like writing constantly. I wrote this like one song, and I'm so proud of the metaphors in it. And I wrote it like 2 nights ago.
Did you really?
Yeah, and it was just like, I don't know, because like I thought I'll share like a line that I wrote. I think it's kind of cool. I'm kind of proud of it. And like, my whole thing is like adding like jewels and stuff. Like I'm starting to incorporate that because my name, right? And
perfect.
So, yeah. And so I added a line. You called me a diamond when all you really wanted is gold. And it's kind of about I made up this like different scenario, kind of just things that I've seen, but also something that I've been through. Like I would like change myself for like boys to make them like me. Like I did, oh my God, in fourth grade. And when I was in 4th grade, I had a crush on this boy, and he was really into like Greek mythology. And see, I like knew nothing of that. And so he's like, do you know Greek mythology? I was like, oh yeah, no, like I love it. Like, like I'm so into it. And I had no clue what even that was. And then like I got home, and I like got a bunch of books from the library reading about it. And I was like trying so hard to pretend that like I was really like really into Greek mythology, and like it's cool and stuff. But I wasn't like, I was like a 4th grader who watched like Disney shows. Like I wasn't into like reading or anything. But so I don't know. But just like over the course, of the years, just like changing myself, like boys has been something that's like I've done, and like subconsciously you don't realize that you're doing it, but then like you do it, and you're like, oh, well, let's try not to do that again. So it's kind of about that, and also just trying so hard to impress somebody who's just not giving you any effort.
Right. Exactly. Nice comment that came in from Amy, who's a poet. She's a wonderful poet. She says, beautiful, keep writing from your heart and reaching for the stars. And that's key to it all, right? Writing from your heart, writing from your soul. I know that's important to you, isn't it, Elyse?
Yeah, I think all the passion comes from just like your heart and what you're really passionate about. Like some people are really passionate about like medicine or engineering, and like I'm passionate about music. And to my dad and I were talking the other day, and he was like talking about like success and stuff. And like he said that he knows that he's successful is because he goes to work and he's excited for it. And then he goes home and he's excited for it. You look forward to your day-to-day life going in and into work, and then going to home. And I think that it's all about really just doing something that you love and that you're passionate about, regardless of whether it's music or engineering or teaching, you know? I think to really be successful in whatever you're doing and to really thrive in what you're doing is to be passionate about it and to do it from a good place and a place in your heart.
Right. That's beautifully said. And that's reflected in your music, isn't it, Elyse?
Yeah. I really try to tell stories and be genuine, and just making music is like so fun because you have this like little seed in your head, right? Like it's like a lyric or a melody or just an overall idea. And then it just grows into something big that you can share with people, and it's like so cool then to see, and then you get feedback, and it's and seeing people like listen to your song and like stream it, and like I've gotten like DMs being like, this is like my favorite song, and I'm like, this is so cool.
Exactly right. Exactly. So stepping away from music and from acting, I mean, I'm sure you'd love to be on a sitcom or probably in a film too. That would be ultimate, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would be so fun. Like acting is so much fun. I haven't been acting as much recently, just like really focusing and honing in on my music and releases. But it's such a fun thing to just like enter a different like world and character, because it's like a whole different mindset, you know?
Right.
Like you like have to really dig in and be like, okay, this isn't about me anymore. It's about this person and this character. And you become like essentially like you become that character, and you take your real life experiences and you kind of mix them in and you relate them to the character. And one of like the biggest things I've learned, because like I've had to like just like play like mean people, right? I was in a play with my like best friend, and I had to like make fun of her in it. But you have to like obviously when it was acting, you know.
Yeah.
You have to like not judge your character. Like you like to be able to truly play your character like correctly, you can't judge them. You have to just like understand where they're coming from. So I made this like whole backstory for like this mean girl of why she's like a mean girl, and like she turns nice at the end. But it's a whole different like experience, and it's really fun just connecting with like the whole cast of people, and you're with them for a while, you know, like doing rehearsals and practicing the scripts, or whether it's on screen and still rehearsals and filming together and being on set together and hanging out all day. It's, you know, it's really cool to have that like the family dynamic that you make.
Do you like writing scripts? Can you see yourself writing scripts for commercials or television or film?
I've never like experienced like experienced like any of that stuff. I mean, I've written like mini monologues for like theater assignments.
Oh, you have, yeah.
But I don't know. I like performing more, like performing the art more, and I think it can be definitely something like fun to experiment with, and just to like see like your work be brought to life still. But I mean, yeah, it would definitely be something to like experiment with. It'd be fun.
That's cool. So a lot of cool things are coming up for you then, huh? That's kind of exciting. Again, as things slowly, fingers crossed, start to open up, you'll have more opportunities to perform. Any venues you have that are your dream places where you would love? Of course, Carnegie Hall. I've been blessed to have the opportunity to be master of ceremonies at concert events at Carnegie Hall. And it is, when you're on the stage looking out, it is something that's extraordinary. But for you, do you have places where, oh, it'd be so cool if I was ever on that stage down the line or in that venue, places that are like your dream bucket list?
Yeah. So here in like locally, there's like where all like the big stars go. I've seen like concerts here. It's like the American Airlines Center.
Oh yeah.
And so it's like it's huge, right? And it'd be so cool to perform there. Also, like this is like huge, like right, like dreams. Like I would love to perform at like the Grammys or something, you know. like just having the chance to perform at one of those like award shows, I think would be really, really exciting and really fun. And just like having, being able to like produce such like a elaborate set in front of so many amazing like
big production and with dancers and just some of those monstrous productions are incredible. Well, you never know. Never say never, right? Because time is on your side, and that may be happening. We will be seeing you, I'm sure, in those venues. Some people like being in the studio more than on stage. Some people love stage and working off the energy of the audience. Do you have a preference?
I mean, they're both like entirely different like settings and like vibes. I mean, you need like a completely different like mindset to get ready for each of them. But I think performing is definitely something that's like really, really fun, because I mean, you spend all this time like in preparation, and then you get so much adrenaline, and then you can share that adrenaline with the audience, and then you perform your set or your song, and then you get like, and it's really cool. It's really, really fun. Even just like speaking to the audience and singing with them and like seeing their reactions after the song it's a really, really fun experience. Just the energy in the room that's like created. It's like so just amazing. So
it's incredible. I just want to show you some more comments coming in. Juanita in South Africa says, "You are such a beautiful young woman with a wonderful career and life ahead. Don't go changing yourself for anybody again." That's a direct order from Juanita in South Africa. She means business. Kathleen Walker, thank you, Elyse, for sharing your music with us. And Gary in Iowa, thank you, Elyse, for sharing your music. Best of luck with your career. And he's in Iowa. Linda in Florida, thank you, Elyse, for sharing your life story with us. All beautiful words. Thanks, Lovities, for your comments. Has there been anything so far that has surprised you about music, about entertaining, about the music business? Few things that just you've learned, like there are learning lessons, teachable moments that have happened for you?
I think one thing is to be in control of your own career. Like you are in control of your own career. Like you are in control of what happens, and you can say like, no, I don't like this sound. You can say, no, I don't like the direction this is heading, or like, no, this doesn't feel right. And I used to be so scared to like say
that. Like, it took me a while to learn to be able to do that too. Right.
Especially like I'm a kid in the music industry, right?
Right. And you always want to please everybody, and
they're all like seasoned at this. Like they're all like adults, and it's like it gets intimidating because but at the end of the day, it's your song, it's your music,
it's your life, your property, and it's your message to the world. Yeah.
I mean, it's who you are. It's not who like John is. You know what I mean? It's your song. It's
going to be with you forever, right?
Yeah. And so I think I've had to definitely learn how to take control, and I'm still learning that, as I get through experiences and stuff. But just learning to stand up for myself and say like, hey, I really like this, and also being able to speak for myself has been a really big thing.
Yeah. But you got the loving support of family and friends and people who really believe in you, which is a magical thing, because not everybody always has that.
Yeah.
Even when they get older, sometimes they don't have it. So it's cool that you've already got this foundation. You've got this grounding. Your folks you're still in school, so you're studying, you're doing all that, but they're supporting you, because it could be a situation where they're saying, no, that's a difficult field. There's a lot of sacrifice, blood, sweat, and tears, hours, touring, running around. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. But instead they're encouraging you, but you're also balancing your life out with time for family and friends and time for yourself and schooling and education, which is a great thing.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of people have been like, Elyse, that's like so unrealistic. Like It's a big career, but like at the end of the day, I think if you like even like hearing like artists who have made it and their stories, if you really dedicate yourself and you work hard for it, it will pay off. And you know, making the right contacts and making connections and getting yourself out there.
Right.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, like Taylor Swift, she would like go around and she would like give her CD to different local radio stations and stuff, right? You know, it's just
Justin Bieber was found on YouTube by
yeah,
Justin Timberlake and Usher, you know?
exactly. It's just like the whole social media is really good also, like for getting like people out there. And I think it's just terms of just like keep working at it and working hard, and you know, just like it's like any other career, just you have to get the media on your side.
That's it. Well, we're on your side and you're on our side, so it's a wonderful team. High five. We can't touch, but we can high five. Do you still have your glass there? Because we like to toast our guests too, as well as our viewers.
Yeah, I have my little frozen cup.
There we go. Cheers. Excellent. So, did you instruct your family to go into other rooms and be quiet during all this? Because a lot of guests, that's what they do. We had it's really, we had this really, he's I'd say 22 years old, and he's we have a lot of guests that also come on the show from overseas, and he's a singer and songwriter. His name is Oscar Blue. He's really good. He's from Ireland, Dublin.
Yeah.
And he's going to school in Dublin, University in Dublin. And when we did the conversation, when I had him as a guest on the Jim Masters show live, he's in his dorm room with 5 other roommates, dorm roommates, all guys. So I said, Oscar, you're in your college dorm room. It's awfully quiet. And I remember when I was in college, dorm rooms were never really quiet. Maybe you were quiet in your room, but you would hear things happening down the hall or in other rooms. Yeah. So it's never super quiet. You have 5 roommates. What's going on? Are they not there? And he's like, no. I instructed them to all go in the kitchen and sit there and just occupy themselves so they did. I couldn't believe it. His buddies, his college dorm mates, went into the kitchen during the whole conversation, and they just stayed quiet there but what some of them were doing was they were going online and they were watching the show live. So then they were commenting, like his comments during the show and rooting him on. Then we had another guest, Conor Mcginty, who's another great singer. He's the cousin of Damien McGinty. Damien was with Celtic Thunder. He's a great friend. I've interviewed him on public television, but he was also on the show Glee as well, Damien. And his cousin Conor was on, also from Ireland. Yeah. Conor, this was over the holidays, and Conor performed live during the show. So Conor was in like one of these spare rooms in his family's house, and his parents and sister and everybody was in the living room, and they were sort of quietly watching. So what Conor did, it was crazy, but it was unannounced. He didn't tell them he was going to do this. We were saying kind of like what you did. Tell us about the room that you're in, the butterflies and the colored lights and everything. He started to talk about the room that he was in, which was actually a really nice room. The viewers, the lovedies were saying, oh, that's a beautiful room. Yeah. But his mother didn't think it was that great a room because it was like the spare room. So what he does is he picked up his laptop, and then he started like going into the other rooms and started giving us like a house tour. And you can hear his mother screaming, his mother, Maria, no, wait, no, my hair's not done. No, Conor, stop. It was hilarious. His whole family started running away into these other rooms and slamming doors because he didn't tell them he was going to take the live show with his laptop and go into the other rooms and try to show them. It was funny. So your family is being very, very nice and quiet, and but I'm sure they're high-fiving each other. You have well, you said you have the brother, right? You have a couple of brothers and sisters.
So I have I'm the youngest out of 4. But my two older siblings, they're like out of the house and stuff. But I have a brother who's 18 now, going to college next year.
What you studying?
He's pre-med. And
terrific.
yeah, he wants to be a psychiatrist like my dad too. So.
Oh, that is awesome. That is awesome. That's fantastic. That's great. So a lot of success in the family. Yeah, and how about for you in school? I mean, do you have other interests that you're studying besides the musical side of things?
Yeah, I'm really into psychology, actually too. I think I kind of got into it through like acting in a way too, because acting, I feel like acting and psychology kind of go like hand in hand. I know a lot of actors who went on to be like psych majors. And it's really just like the study of like the mind and like how people work and different personalities and like why like different things like happen and why you react differently and stuff. And I think that's really fascinating. As well, just like I'm a big advocate for mental health and
very important. Yeah, me too.
Yeah, and just learning why different things happen and how to like console people and I think it's a really like important thing to me that I know and that I learn, and it's also like really interesting. So that's like another thing that I'm pretty like passionate about. Yeah.
Well, you know, music is very healing as well too, and there's a lot of psychology built into music. Music can create so many different feelings and evoke so many emotions and so many moods. You can think about holidays, family, relationships, childhood. I mean, you can think about so many different things, sorrowful times, happy times in your life. And I once read that or heard on some show that the music, as people, you know, lives continue, that the music that they tend to gravitate towards the most as time goes on is the music that they heard like between the ages of like 13 and 18. When like say when they're a lot older and they hear that music, those songs that they heard when they were 17, 16, 14, 13, 18, roughly that age, and they hear those songs later on in life pop on the radio, it just makes them feel really good and they start dancing to them, and it's just, there's something about that particular time of life that music carries with them through their whole life.
No, yeah, like I'm sure, like, because with the music I listen to now, I'm sure whenever I hear that, like 20 years from now, I mean, because the music scene will be completely different because it's constantly changing.
Constantly changing.
And so like when I hear like the like would be considered like oldies, I'm sure that I'll like freak out and be like, oh my God, I remember this song, and start like screaming it in the car or something.
So what would you, this would be an interesting question. So what would you consider oldies now? Probably something in 2005, right?
Oh my God. No,
your dad would have a different answer.
Oh yeah.
He would say 70s or 80s or
I think, I don't know, there's different types of like oldies. There's like the oldies from like the decades, like 80s and 70s, which was like I think that music is so cool. Like I have some.
Do you like music from the other eras, the other decades?
I've actually been like listening to some 50s, 60s, 70s, and 80s like music recently, and I have like a few in my playlists. I have like a really, really, really big playlist, and I'm pretty sure it's connected to like my Spotify. So if you like see it, it's like 40 hours long. Like it's so much.
It's a real mix. It's like an old-fashioned mixtape in a way, where it's just a mix of everything, right?
Yeah, and there's like decades music on there. There's like I have some rap, some pop, some R&B, some like classical. Like I have like so much, like so many different things on there. And I've yet to make like sub playlists because I really just like put on and then just see like what comes up.
Right.
But I mean, yeah, I think the oldies would be like 80s and before, I think. I think.
Now I think, yeah, that's, if you go, like, if you look at radio stations or online, or there's any music stores left or whatever, or even online, I think they would consider 80s and back now part of the oldies, right? Exactly. Would you ever consider doing like an updated version or cover version, or interpreting a song from those earlier decades? Any
Oh,
music you love, you like, I really like that
wow.
song. Gee, I would love to do an updated version of that song.
100%. I've actually done I've done Bell Bottom Blues by Eric Clapton.
Oh
Uh,
yeah, it's a good one.
yeah, it's my dad's favorite song actually, and my brother, he's like I said earlier, but he's like a really talented guitarist, and so we actually performed that together, and I've done Landslide too, from Fleetwood Mac. Love Fleetwood Mac songs are so like, oh my god, Fleetwood Mac's like and her like the way that she like does like those spins and it's so, yeah, she's so cool. The whole group is. But I mean, yeah, I mean, just like, I don't know, I need to do like more, like I need to look up more, and like I haven't done it in a while, but I might do a 50 song soon. And so yeah, we'll see.
Cool stuff. More on the horizon. So people can find you. Your music, is it on Amazon, Spotify, the different iTunes, the different locations too?
Yeah,
Your website as well, right?
yeah, it's all, you can all go through it on my website, which is just ElyseJewel.com.
And everybody can see the spelling right there, ELYSE, Jewel.com. Just want to show you some of the cool comments from the Lovedies. Really, really nice. Gary says, thank you, Elyse, for sharing your music. Best of luck with your career. And thank you, Gary. And Kathleen says, thank you, Elyse, for sharing your music with us. She's in New York City. She's a great person. Linda says, thank you, Elyse, for sharing your life story with us. And Maureen says, Elyse, this is just the kickstart to your career, and you're going to change the world with your beautiful voice and amazing talent.
Thank you.
Christine says, thanks, Elyse, for opening up to us on your passion for music and your career. You have so many great things ahead of you. Keep following your dreams, passion, and always stay true to yourself. Absolutely. Juanita, who's still with us. It's like tomorrow in South Africa. It's like late. I don't know, is it 4 a.m. or something where she is? But she's a real trooper. One of our
Thank you so much for watching.
She's one of our best Lovedies. We love Juanita. This was a fun show. Thank you, Elyse, for sharing your stories and music with us. Looking forward to following your career.
Thank you so much.
And Wozniak in Florida is saying, thank you, Elyse, for such an amazing evening. Love your music and dedication. Wishing much success in all your endeavors.
Thank you.
And Christelle here says, thank you, Elyse, for sharing your story and your music with us. Keep sharing your amazing talent, gifts, and being a role model. I wish you continued success. Cool stuff.
That's so sweet. Thank you so much.
Isn't it really cool? I tell you, it's been amazing. Thanks for joining us. Would you believe we've been together for 2 hours and 7 minutes?
Oh my God.
And I know you have school tomorrow, but the schooling you're doing home, right?
Yeah.
Right now, that's the situation.
Yeah, I'm all online. Like we have a choice to go in person and online, but I'm doing it at home, and a lot of my friends are doing it at home too. So it's nice because we have like classes together. We can FaceTime during them. But
so what's that like? Like how many hours a day do you have to do it? Or I mean, when you do it online, are you actually talking to a teacher who is speaking to you and like 20 other people?
Yeah, so like some classes use this program, which is called like Edgenuity, and I'm not a big fan of the program. It's really difficult to learn when the teacher's not teaching you. It's some online video.
So
in my,
you know, enthusiasm. You having that relationship, the back and forth with the teacher, right, is important.
Yeah, and so yeah, it's really important to have like the teacher there, and it's harder. Like we log into class, the teacher tells us how far we need to get to, and then it's that. But there are some classes that are more interactive, so the teacher is just teaching you stuff there in the moment. And so like that stuff, I'm really
So that's cool. Yeah, that's cool. So
Yeah.
it's coming along, and how is it working? Like when does when does it end for you? Is it like June, or have they pushed it back because of everything being closed earlier? Like, when does the school year end for you now because of everything being so discombobulated?
Oh yeah. Well, we had like no school for the entire week. So they extended school by another week. So I think we get out like last week of May, I think. So when it would have
That's
been mid-May. But I mean it's still,
hey,
yeah.
yeah, gotta keep learning, gotta keep, but you're missing the interaction with the other students and some of the school events and just
Yeah.
yeah, it's tough. Hopefully things will be a little clearer where, you can feel comfortable and safe enough to go back to all of that.
Yeah, hopefully. I'm hoping for a normal junior year. So
Yeah, well, I tell you, a lot of things that the pandemic and everything has really been a unique experience for everybody, no matter where they live around the world, all ages, all backgrounds. I mean, even like me, it's altered some of the plane trips and going on TV shoots. I would have been in Texas, Florida, Ireland, some other locations last year, but we
yeah.
had to pause on that because of everything. The planes are starting to fly now, but they weren't really in 2020.
Yeah,
And I haven't had my hair cut since last March. My
really?
hair is usually short, like
Oh,
me there. Yeah, I haven't. So it's cool. I've worn it on public television and a couple of other things too. And sometimes when I've had to do a couple of things where they need it shorter, I have a couple of tricks. I'll wear a turtleneck and I'll pull it back and then I'll tuck it in the back of the turtleneck so it looks short. Or I'll pull it back and put a thing in the back to hold it back. But now what's happened, Elyse, is that it's been since like, I think March, April, since I got it cut.
yeah.
And some people, they're like, oh, we really like it. Keep it. It's cool and all. But normally it's shorter. What's cool about it is now it's become like a challenge. Now I'm on this mission to see if I could make it a full year. Like what is it, like almost the end of February now? So we're
Yeah.
getting close to March. So now it's kind of like the challenge of when you are in the Northeast, New
Uh-huh.
York, New Jersey, Connecticut, what have you, and you're going to drive to see the family in Florida, which we do often.
Yeah.
And you're the driver, and it becomes a challenge to just want to keep driving and not even want to stop. We're going to get there. We're going to get there. How many hours can we get there? Can we shave off an hour or two this trip? Let's just keep going, keep going. So that's kind of like what I'm doing with this now. I'm so close to the year mark, and it's the longest I've ever had it in my life. So I'm kind of like, hey, what the heck? Let's just see how long we can get it to that year mark and then go from there.
Oh my God. Yeah. I just got my hair cut yesterday.
Did you? And so you hadn't had it cut the whole time either. And
I mean,
some
yeah.
people did it themselves. But
Oh,
I'm not comfortable enough to cut my own.
my mom wanted to cut it for me, and I was, mm, mm.
Yeah.
I love my mom, but I don't trust her with my hair. But we had like I hadn't had a haircut for a few months, and then like leaning towards like when the school year started, we had kind of been like, okay,
Good
it got,
incentive.
yeah. And so I got them like cut, and it was like, I mean, the hair people, like everything was like safe, and they were like wiping down everything for us. But yeah, and then
It's
I
pretty
think,
long, right? How long does it? Oh, it goes right down. Yeah, pretty
yeah,
long.
I keep it fairly long. I've just been like getting my bangs shorter and shorter. Like I recently started like experimenting with my hair in like November, December-ish, and I saw this like on Pinterest and like TikTok, and my friend, like my best friend, she actually did it too. Like she had like the same idea. So we have like similar hair, except hers is like way shorter. But kind of like similar style. So basically, I don't know, we both like kind of saw it, and it was like this like blonde kind of underneath a bit, and we thought it was like cool. And a lot of people were like doing it, and we're like, let's do it. And so I asked my
Yeah.
mom, and I had like, my hair has been like the same hair since like kindergarten. Like I've had the same exact, like the only thing that's changed is like my part. Like I've gone from like side parts to like a middle part now. But I had like the same exact hairstyle, like just long hair, like long brown hair, nothing special. And then over quarantine, I was just like, let's change things up a bit. So I got like it dyed a bit, just like underneath, and then I got curtain bangs that were like here, and then I've just been like slowly getting shorter and shorter with my curtain bangs. So like now they're like that long, and I feel like I'm gonna like go to like actual bangs at some point. I feel like I'm just gonna be like YOLO, and then just
that's it. Right. So you just, play with it, and whatever, makes you happy and makes you comfortable.
it grows back. So
Exactly. Well, my friend, this was awesome, and I hope the show met whatever expectations you had, and you are very welcome. Let's stay in contact. Let's stay, and hopefully if I'm on a TV shoot or something out. I was just in Dallas a year ago, and then I was mentioning too, I was in Houston, I was in Austin, Texas, I was in Spring, Texas, and Conroe, Texas. I was in all those areas, and I'll let you guys know when I'm in the area, and maybe we can all go to lunch, meet the family. It'd be kind of cool.
Yeah.
It would be cool. Or if you guys are back on the East Coast, certainly let me know. And but I hope the show met your expectations, and you're welcome back anytime. Let's stay in touch. Keep you posted on the cool things that you're up to, and we'll definitely have you back on the show, my friend. This was fantastic.
I'd love to. I've never done anything like this. This was so much fun.
Oh, terrific. So this is your first dipping your feet into sort of this on-air television show style conversation as a special guest, huh?
Yeah. I've done the longest interview or like talk, like show type thing I've done is I've been like max 30 minutes. And this is so much fun. It doesn't even feel like 2 hours.
It's 2 hours and 16 minutes. And that's what everybody says. All the guests say they feel so comfortable and welcomed that it just flows, and it feels, at home, like you're at home, I'm at home, or in each other's living rooms. Maureen says, I wish you many blessings and a life of levity.
Thank you.
It's really beautiful. Well, tell everybody about our show, and we welcome everybody to subscribe to our YouTube channel at Jim Masters TV. You can find me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, and Periscope at Jim Masters TV. You're on all those platforms as well, right?
Just at Elyse Jewel. I think Facebook is official Elyse Jewel, and then TikTok is just Elyse.Jewel.
Exactly.
Everything else is just Elyse Jewel.
And this episode, people can watch this episode again on our YouTube channel and share it, the whole episode, the music, the conversation, everything here on the show. We toast you, my friend, and this was a real blast. Continued success. You're a fantastic spirit and a beautiful person inside and out, and we wish you all the blessings and joys that life can bring for you and your family. And we will chat again soon. We'll have you back on the show real soon, okay?
Yeah, I can't wait to be back. Thank you so much. This has been so fun. Thank you to everybody in chat. Thank you to all the Lovities. You guys are so amazing.
What would be one thing you would say about the Jim Masters Show live if you were telling a friend or somebody else about the show?
I'd say that it was literally just a fun conversation about music and passion. And I think that it was like such a fun experience, and I would definitely love to be on here again. I would definitely tell my friends to be on here, or reach out to you. And I mean, it was just so fun and so insightful, and just hearing your viewpoints and talking with the chat. It's so different. It's nothing that I've done before, but it was so much fun. I can only say fun. It was really, really nice to chat with you and speak with the viewers.
Light, love, levity, and levity. That's what it is. Take care, my friend. It was a pleasure getting to know you some more, and we welcome you back anytime. And you take care, all right?
Thank you. You too.
You're welcome. Have a good night. Take care now.
Bye.
Bye, Elyse. A terrific guest, right? Live from Dallas, Texas. That is Elyse Jewell. This might be the first time you're learning about her here on the Jim Masters Show Live, but it won't be the last, because I know you're going to run to Spotify and Amazon and all those other locations and social media to check her out. She's got a terrific, terrific voice, but also she's got a wonderful spirit and a wonderful outlook on life, doesn't she? She's grounded with the love and support of her family, which is very, very important. Not everybody has that. And at the same time, she has a playfulness to her and sort of an innocence, which is fantastic, and a real passion. When she's on stage, you can see from some of the clips, a real confidence. And as she said, she was very open about, anxiety and things of that nature. So it took time for her to sort of build the confidence. But the only way you build confidence is by going out there and facing the thing that you're fearing. So we all learned that too. I mean, the very first time I went on television, I thought I was smiling and they kept saying smile. And I thought I was smiling, but I wasn't really smiling. I was thinking about all the things I had to do and say in the busy TV studio. So, and those butterflies, we talked about the butterflies that you sometimes when you have something big that you've got to do, the butterflies can be detrimental in the beginning, right? You think, oh, I got these butterflies. Oh, I don't feel well. Actually, those can be very, very helpful because it means you're still passionate about what it is you're doing. You're still concerned for it. You're striving for excellence, and you still want to give your best. The best for everybody else that's the consumer of the product, the audience, the viewers, the listeners, the audience members, whoever it is, but also the best for yourself. And sort of creating these expectations that you have that you put on yourself to deliver, to knock it out of the park. So really fascinating comes. And we always have these inspiring conversations with all of our guests from all around the world, coupled with the great entertainment and the levity and so much more and all this viewer interaction. As a matter of fact, we have a couple of surprises for you. I just want to show you, we have some wonderful words that have come in, videos that some of our past guests have made. Remember, we did a whole show where we showed videos. Some of our guests made these videos that they sent to us about why they loved being on the Jim Masters Show Live. We have a couple more that have come in. Remember, wonderful actor Elyse Gage. Yes, he was on the show and he had a couple of kind words to say as well.
Hi everyone, Elyse Gage here. This past summer, I had the privilege of appearing on the Jim Masters Show Live, and I had the most incredible time. One of the most amazing things about Jim's show is the diverse array of artists featured from all walks of life. I really loved getting to share my own experience as a performer and really explore with Jim why we do what we do, why artists make art, what it's all about. It helps remind me, and I believe many, just how important it is to keep creating and sharing our work, doing our thing, even through the most challenging of times. I mean, this show is a product of the pandemic, which really proves that there is often room to make art, to teach and learn through the abstract, etc., really in whatever situation. It was something very special, and I hope to be back for more levity, as Jim says, very soon.
Thank you very much, our friend Elyse. And remember when Bob Malone was on the show, the wonderful singer and musician. We had a great time with him. He gave us that fantastic house tour. He had a couple of quick, kind words as well.
Hey, Lovities, this is Bob Malone. I just want to let you know that I can't wait to be on the Jim Masters Show again. Not only is Jim great to do an interview with, but he has the nicest fans on earth. I'll see you all soon.
Thank you, Bob. We'll have you back soon as well. Remember when John L. Peacock was on the show as well? He has some words he wanted to share with all of us as well.
Howdy, everyone. John L. Peacock here, actor, writer, director, and I just wanted to take a moment to thank Jim Masters for everything that he does. He's able to bring people together from such a wide array of life experiences and backgrounds, and he's able to interview us in a way that, for me, just made me feel so comfortable, so at home. I met Jim literally a couple of minutes before we went on live for our roughly 2-hour interview, and it was refreshing. I felt like I was talking with an old best friend and we were catching up for the first time in 10 years. That's how at home, that's how comfortable he made me feel so quickly. So thank you, Jim, for all you do. I really appreciate it.
Thank you very much. We appreciate that, John. Of course, remember we had legendary television and film veteran actor Tony Lobianco and his wonderful wife, Elyse Lobianco, on the show. They were on separate episodes, and they, from their beautiful home in Maryland, had these words to share with us. They're personal friends as well, and we appreciate them.
Hey, Jim.
Hi, Jim, Tony, and Elyse Lobianco here. My dog?
We want to say how much we enjoyed being on your show this last year. You interviewed Tony. We were separately. You interviewed Tony for his acting career and me for my Christian ministry.
And we just want to thank you for being such a gracious host and for doing your homework, finding out about us, and doing such a great job. I also want to apologize for this, by the way. COVID, has taken away our freedom and not allowed us to be social or political. And I just grew this. It'll come off.
And I like it.
She likes it. Okay.
We
Thank you.
look forward to seeing you in 2021.
Absolutely. Take care, Jim.
Thanks, my friends, Tony Lobianco and Elyse Lobianco, the wonderful, wonderful people. We really appreciated their comments as well. And I think Tony looks good with that little beard there, huh? Remember when Edward Jordan, the wonderful screenwriter, playwright, producer, was on? He was on with Sky Aubrey, the Hollywood legendary actress, who we did a very special, poignant episode with. First, Edward and Sky were my guests in the summertime, and then Sky had passed away. We did a very special tribute to Sky Aubrey, who was on Batman and so many more incredible shows and Broadway, and her father was involved with MGM and CBS and all. So Edward had introduced me to Sky Aubrey. Here's Edward with a couple of words from beautiful Whittier Island. I think he's on the ferry.
Hey, Jim. Edward Jordan here on the Whidbey Island Ferry. Just wanted to wish you and all of your viewers a great 2021. It's got to be better than what came before. And to all you folks out there, Jim is every bit as nice as he seems. Whoa.
I love that. Thank you on that ferry. The ferry was nice and quiet. We also had Ramiro Tejada, the wonderful singer, live from Argentina. Remember when Ramiro was on the show? Live from Argentina. He did a little concert for us. He's nice and casual there in Argentina as he says some words for all of us here on the Jim Masters Show Live. And we thank Ramiro for doing it.
Hi Jim, how are you, my friend? Greetings from Argentina, here in the south of America, very far away from there. Yeah, let me read this that I wrote for you. First of all, let me tell you that it was a pleasure for me to have been in your program, in your show, in the Jim Master Show. I had a great time talking to you. It was a very nice experience, yeah. I hope to be there soon and shake hands, bro. Yeah, shake hands and share one of those drinks you have in your program too. I remember the drinks. I wish you and all the American people health and prosperity in this new year. And Dios los bendiga a todos. Los quiero mucho. Ramiro Tejada de Argentina. This is my Spanish in the Argentinian way. And God bless America, God bless Argentina, God bless the world. Stay safe. Bye-bye.
Thank you, my friend. We appreciate that. And of course, the incomparable Sir James Galway was on with his lovely wife, Lady Jean Galway. Sir James Galway, one of the world's preeminent flautists, originally from Ireland, lives in Switzerland with Lady Jean. They also teach flute, and so much more. And he's extraordinary, and he has sold millions of albums. And our dear friend Sir James Galway had these words.
Hello, Jim. I just want to tell you how much pleasure Jeannie and I got out of appearing on your show when it was possible to do that. I hope in the future we'll be able to do it again and take part in a great show.
Those are just a few of the wonderful comments that have come in from our guests, and we thank each and every one of them. We have many more, and as we go along, we'll be sprinkling them in. We have some from some of our lovely viewers as well. If you'd still like to make one, you can, and you can send it to us at jimmasterstv@gmail.com. That's jimmasterstv@gmail.com. You can send it in a movie, MOV file, or an MP4 file, and we'll sprinkle those in, whether you're a Lovity viewer and you want to make one, or one of the guests watching who still would like to make one. We have several of them that we still have to show. So, and I think we're going to do one whole episode, a Lovity episode, where we share all the different ones that have come in from the viewers. We still have some that have come in over the Christmas holidays. So some of the people have Christmas trees behind them and all, but still, it's the thought that counts. And really appreciate the guests, our Lovity guests who have made these videos and sent them along, expressing why they've enjoyed their time with all of us here on the show. Juanita says, "Oh, I love the videos, like getting glimpses of old friends. Now we know you're as nice as you seem, Jim." Thank you, Juanita. I appreciate that. Glad you enjoy those. Maureen says, "We echo those accolades, Jim. There are no words to say how much we appreciate all the work you and your team do to bring us these evenings of wonderful conversation." Thank you, Maureen. Anne says, "This has been a marvelous evening. Thank you, Jim, for a perfect ending to the weekend." Good night, Jim, and everyone. Wishing everyone a wonderful week ahead. You as well. Anne. Juanita says, "Great show, Jim. Elyse is wonderful, talented young lady. Keep well, and everyone, good night. Have a great week." You too. Kathleen Walker says, "Great show. Thanks, Jim. Have a great night. Good night, all. Lovity hugs. Stay safe." You too, Kathleen. Maureen says, "What a doll she is." Absolutely. And you wish Elyse many blessings and a life of Lovity as well. I want to let you know, coming up, we've got other amazing guests. Yes, here's some photos, some more photos of Elyse as well. And of course, Thinking About You, she sang that for us live. Some other cool shots of Elyse. We thank Elyse Jewell, singer, songwriter, actress, rising star. You heard about her here on the Jim Masters Show Live. She was a real delight and a pleasure to have here as my special guest on the show. Loved it. And we'll have her back too. We'll follow her career. I know she's a fan of the Jim Masters Show Live, which we really appreciate. And we look forward to having her again on the show. Coming up on Tuesday, 3-time Tony-winning theater producer, Broadway producer, Jim Kierstead's going to be here. We can't wait. And then award-winning performer and producer, Valerie David. She is a riot. She's going to be with us on Wednesday. Thursday, Broadway star Melissa Errico is going to be with us, Tony-winning Broadway star. Also, her husband is Patrick McEnroe, whose brother is John McEnroe. So a lot of tennis in her life. We look forward to having her on Thursday. Then Friday, my guest is a dear friend, acclaimed soprano, Anna Velova. She's going to be here as well. She's also going to perform live. She's a real delight. We look forward to having her. Then on Saturday of this coming week, we have the cast of Freestyle Love Supreme. That was co-founded by Lin-Manuel Miranda, who you know of Broadway's famous Hamilton and In the Heights and so much more. The cast are going to be here live next Saturday at 8 p.m., a special time at 8 p.m. here on our YouTube channel, Jim Masters TV. And then we've got the Celtic rock band. It's going to be really, really fun. The Rum Jacks are going to be with us next Sunday, exclusively here on the Jim Masters Show Live. So we've got a week filled with amazing conversations with me and you, as well as amazing guests and lots of light love, levity, and lovity, and all the fun things we like to do here on the Jim Masters Show Live. So again, we thank our very special guest, Elyse Jewell, she was fantastic. Don't forget to smile, everybody, and share the smiles. Don't forget to share the lovity. Very important to do that. Don't forget to find your Zen place. Mine, of course, is with loving family and friends. And then, of course, the ocean. Of course, music and cycling, tennis, and all the other hobby type things, but also and good times, great conversations too. I love good conversations with people. Find your Zen place. Mine is the ocean, living along the coast here. Really love the ocean. And my work in television and radio and multimedia and stage, on air, on camera, behind the scenes, all these years. Love it, love it, love it. My Zen place. And I'm sure for our guest, Elyse Jewell, one of her Zen places is with her family. And then when she's in the studio or when she is on stage. And you can find us, our Entertainment Lifestyle Talk Show series, 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific, the Jim Master Show Live Entertainment Lifestyle Talk Show series. Coming up in a matter of weeks, award-winning veteran Hollywood legend, Dee Wallace is going to be with us. She's got 3 movies coming out and 2 new television shows. She was in Murder, She Wrote, as well as Touched by an Angel, E.T., the extraterrestrial, the movie. That's right. And she was also in The Howling. She was also on soap operas. And her career is absolutely extraordinary. And she's going to be with us coming up Thursday, March 4th. The Byrne brothers are going to be with us too. That's going to be really cool. They hail originally from Ireland. They live in Orlando, Florida. Young Irish group. They're going to be performing live. They're going to do like a mini concert for us Thursday. That is the 4th of March. So that's coming up real quick. And we can't wait. That's going to be a lot of fun. So that's a wrap. We thank everybody for joining us. Boy, my hair is getting long. That's kind of cool. But we're on this mission to see if we can make it a year. And so far, we're getting close. But, it takes a long time to tame it. You guys are the best. We thank you very much for joining us on the Sunday episode of the Jim Masters Show Live. We are back on Tuesday. We won't be here Monday. We're off on Monday. So our next show is with a very special guest, 3-time Tony-winning theater producer, Broadway producer, Jim Kierstead. We're going to have a great time. He was one of the producers of Kinky Boots, Hadestown, and many others on Broadway. So we're going to have a great time with him. So I have a busy day on the air in television and radio tomorrow. So we won't be here Monday. So class dismissed on Monday. You guys play amongst yourselves and have a good time. We will see all of you on Tuesday with a kicker of a week of episodes. Absolutely. Thank you, Kathleen. Kisses to you as well. Thanks for joining us on the show. And Christine Clifton, thanks for all you do, Jim. Good night, lovely friends, lovely hugs to all. Till next time. You too, Christine. We're back on Tuesday, okay? Right here on the YouTube channel at Jim Masters TV. Thanks for joining us, everybody. We love all of you. Thanks for sharing the links, spreading the word, sharing the levity, loving the YouTube channel, the Facebook page, telling everybody about the show. We really appreciate it. We really appreciate it. I know some of you have sent some emails. We're getting about 100 emails a day, which is unbelievable, and Instagram messages and texts from all over the world. So if we haven't gotten back to you yet, hang in there. We will be getting back to you as soon as possible, balancing it with the professional work too, which I get like 200 emails a day. So if you've written, we will write soon. Hang in there. We love you all. Crystal Nolan says, good night, Jim and everyone. Thank you for another amazing show. Thank you, Crystal. And thanks for your email too and your wonderful, cool suggestions. I love it, love it, love it. Keep them coming. All of you, you're the very best. Great, great community we have created here on the Jim Masters Show Live. It's really been a true blessing in my world and my life. And I know many of you have expressed that it is for you as well. Some of you have been here from the very beginning. Some of you joined along the way. Some of you have just found us tonight. Whatever it is, we love having you here, and we hope you'll be back to enjoy some more good times on what we call the Jim Masters Show Live Entertainment Lifestyle Talk Show series. Maureen says, good night all until Tuesday. May your dreams be sweet. Perfect way to end a really great episode of our fun Entertainment Lifestyle Talk Show series. Good night, everybody. You guys take care. We love you all. It's always a pleasure when we're in each other's company here on the Jim Masters Show Live. You be well. Enjoy your Monday. We'll see you on Tuesday. Good night.